Welcome back, Wolverines, to week 5 of the regular season. Week 4. The Wolverines will face off against the Southridge Spartans for what is going to be an amazing matchup. The Wolverines are incredible win last week against Fairfield Prep in Connecticut. It was a great trip for both the players and the coaches, and I know they're really hyped for that. Henry, why don't you tell us a little bit about the game?
Well, the game last week's game, right?
Yes.
Well, last week's game marked the second game in a row that we have won. It's been 2 straight victories, and I think it's just a good sign about our defense and our offense. Why don't you tell us a little bit about our defensive situation?
On defense, last week, Bryce had a clutch game-winning interception. We weren't allowing too many points. We were getting driven down the field a lot of long drives, but we still clutched up with the turnovers, and we made the plays when we needed to, when they were important. Big guys contributing in that game: Stephen Borrero, Bryce Fitzgerald, both Ethan Barosela and Cam Walters at linebacker. Gavin and Davion all played a key role in the win last week. And tonight, a little bit of a shift in the starting lineup. Nick Sanchez and Tyler Brown starting at cornerback. Stephen Borrero should be rotating in a lot. He's just not starting. So he will be playing a lot, and you will see him. He just won't be on the starting team. At safety, like deep free safety, will be Bryce Fitzgerald, who once again had that game-winning interception last week. Really made a play when in clutch time for the Wolverines and saved them that game. And then from the weak side safety, Omar Ortega will be playing, and then Steph will also be rotating in there if he needs to, as well as Matthew Barturin. Lucas Amaya will be.
By the way, if I could just intercede here, Davion Dixon, right now he's averaging at 3.5 sacks a game.
He's really just an unstoppable force.
Our defense has been unstoppable, and I think Gavin and Davion are going to play 2 big roles today.
Yeah, so on the strong side in the box, Lucas Amaya will be playing. Second week back, he's hyped for the game. He's so excited, and he's really going to make a difference today. On the D-line, Javier Brito went out last week with a shoulder injury. He's in a sling. I saw him earlier today. So you should be seeing Charlie Nunez, who's a junior, Jake Amejo, Davion Dixon on the interior rotating, and I expect to see Mike Suarez Sarmiento playing a little bit too. And then on the edge, Gavin Marcelin and Andres Rionda should be getting a rep. And by the way, it is Andres Rionda's birthday, so happy birthday to him. And now, Henry, what about the offense?
Well, actually, Brandon, before I got here today, I managed to print out some papers about our team's stats on offense. And let me just say, our stats are looking good. So far this year, our passing game has taken a backseat to our 3-headed monstrosity of a running game.
Yeah. All 3 of those guys.
It just looks like our running game has been the highlight of this season.
Yeah.
With Rubio, he's been great so far.
Huge week against True North in week 2.
That's right. He's averaging about 10 and a half yards a carry, and he's got 2 Ds under his belt too.
Yeah. Kamani also. Tell us a little bit about the way he's been playing and the role you're expected to see with him tonight.
Kamani's going to be huge. He's going to be huge tonight. He's so far our biggest back so far.
And they're the Wolverines.
They're the Wolverines ready to play today with full hype.
So back to what we were saying. Talk about a little bit about Kamani.
Right. Right here it says that he's got 83 yards a game on average, and he's looking to get even more yardage tonight.
Yeah, he also had a big week in week 2. Our running game was on point against True North, and I think that's what they've been trying to replicate all season, because that was why we really put the pedal to the metal against True North and were able to win that game by so many points.
Right. And we also got Bo Humphrey. He's our dynamic speed.
Yeah, Bo's just so fast when he hits the edge.
He's shifty.
Yeah, when he hits the edge, you know you're in trouble because he can get around you so quickly and easily. And he's not that big, but he's fast.
I mean, he's averaging about 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great, to be honest. And our running backs are just, they're 3 guys averaging more than 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
all of them are just they make the offense so dynamic and create such a problem for opposing defenses as you've got the speed in Bo, the power in Kamani, and the do-it-all back in Rubio. And there's just so much going on in that backfield. There's so much to game plan for, and it makes it really difficult for the Spartans tonight to go against our running game.
That's right. And as for our wide receivers, we got Fitzgerald. He's looking to get his first touchdown of the year. He's got great speed, and he's got an interception under his belt, too.
Yeah.
He's been big to us so far. Sunderland has 44 yards under his belt, 44 yards for a touchdown reception. And Stefan Barrero, he has the play of the game.
Yeah, last week he caught that game-winning touchdown pass from Andy Miatis. Speaking of that, we weren't really playing well on offense last week until that final drive where Andy Miatis just really showed up in clutch time when it mattered and drove us down the field to put up those points to go up 15-14, leading to that Bryce Fitzgerald game-winning interception to close out the fourth quarter.
And let me just close off here. While on paper, Southridge has an advantage on offense. They were shut down by Jackson's offense, by Jackson's defense, and won a wild game, and won a wild first game with a score of 2-0.
Wow,
that's pretty depressing for their offense.
Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting much from their offense, but you still have to be prepared for whatever comes. I think overall, the Wolverines should be able to handle this game tonight. Now on defense, Henry here next to me got the chance to sit down with Davion Dixon yesterday, and he had a lot to say, right, Henry?
That's right. Our Wolverine sack machine. He's been a big part of the season so far, and here's him saying a little bit about what he's had to go through.
Nation, I'm Henry Gonzalez, and I'm here interviewing Davion Dixon. So, Davion, the last 2 victories in a row, we've been hitting our stride, especially in the defense. You guys have played exactly like you guys wanted to. So, you personally, what do you think has played the biggest impact into you guys' performance?
Well, coming in the fourth quarter, down by... Well, we weren't down, just needed to get off the field and put the offense back on the field. So it was 3rd down and 14, I think. Right. If we can get a stop right here, win a game on defense. So I was thinking, let's just get the sack and get off the field. So then I told my friend G, or Guy Vinch, let's do a stunt. So we got a stunt. He took both of the double teams. I was solo, but I wasn't by myself. I still had 2 offensive linemen looking at me. Then I had a free lane, so I took it and got the quarterback to get the sack.
So let's talk about the key play that determined what was going to happen in the last quarter. I mean, the safety play, you remember that?
I remember.
That decided the end of the game.
Yes,
how do you feel about it?
At first, I was nervous going into the fourth quarter, and tie game going into the fourth. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And so it was on, I think they're on the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 10. Got a flag on second down. I think it was holding. And so I told me and Rionda to do a twister too, basically 3rd down twisters. And so we did that, and he took 2 guys on the inside, and he got pushed down. Will leave a big hole for me to go inside. Had a free opportunity to get to the quarterback, and I took it. I almost tried to get a sack, but he threw the ball off. Threw the ball off in the end zone. But it was intentional grounding, so still counted the sack and the safety for me. And won us the game, basically.
Nice. Now, let's talk about the crowd favorite. I mean, the hit in the first or second quarter, it was the hit heard around the world, basically. Yeah. What were you thinking at that moment, the second you made that big hit?
How to get the fans into the game and hype up our teammates. I think they're like pretty down. Not down, but like they have a lot of energy. So had a free opportunity to hit them wide open. Boom. Got it. Yeah, everybody hyped, and everybody was happy.
Definitely made a difference in the game, I think.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing this week? What are we going to improve on? Where do you think we could go with the defense today?
Well, I think we can improve the defenses. Don't let up on 1st and 2nd down. I think they need to get negative yards to the positive yards, and make sure we can get out the quarterback because he can run a lot, and we don't want that to happen.
Absolutely. So today's a critical game to play for the season. You nervous at all?
A little nervous, but not a lot. Very happy. Play a district game.
Right. I think, seeming as how we've been playing great the last 2 games, I don't think it's going to be any different this game.
I don't think so either.
Cool. Looks like we're going to get the W.
Yes, sir.
That it.
That was our interview with Davion Dixon. It was a great pleasure to talk with him.
Yeah, he had a really great game last week. My apologies, I messed up on the birthday. It is actually Gavinch's birthday, as well as Christian Soto. I messed up the 2 DNs. But overall, I think it should be a great night. And now to the booth, to Javi Fernandez and Bobby Caballero for tonight's game coverage.
Good luck tonight, Wolverines.
Good evening and welcome to a WBLM presentation at Dela Cruz Stadium and a battle between Belen Jesuit and the Southridge Spartans. And we're kicking it off here, and the kick return is going to be taking it out to the 20-yard line. But I'm Javier Fernandez, and I'm joined by Bobby Caballero. Bobby, how are you?
Good, Javi. Last week, the Wolverines had a nail-biting win over Fairfield Prep in Connecticut. Both teams played a great defense for the whole game, but great kicking from Lucas Avino and a last-minute touchdown from Stefan Borrero helped lead Belen to a great win.
Yeah, Bobby, you and I don't really have an opportunity to go to the other team's games, so we don't know too much about the team before we go up to them. But we can take a look at their last season and previous scores. They beat Jackson 2-0 and beat Dr. Cup 40-0. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. And Southridge won their first 2 games of the season, 2-0 and 40-0. So 2 very different wins. And I'm not even sure how they won a game 2-0 with a safety. That's pretty impressive in and of itself. They lost their next game, their last game, against Norland, and listen to this, 66-28. So a lot of high-scoring games. We can expect a lot of points today, I would have to say, Bobby.
Well, yeah, if Belen can put up the same numbers they did against True North, they could have a big win today.
So an early screen pass, and he gets around, breaking a tackle. Bryce Fitzgerald's going to be the one to stop him at the 49-yard line, staying in Southridge territory. But an early good play for Southridge. What went wrong there?
I mean, I wasn't really sure. It looked like the corner's playing way too off, and he just missed the tackle.
Yeah, a lot of space there for the receiver. And we're taking a look at an interesting formation, 4 receivers and a running back. Southridge we can assume they're a passing offense, just judging by the amount of points that they put up and their opponents put up. A lot of high-scoring games. And Southridge here coming out and throwing early. Bobby, how is Belen going to respond to that?
I mean, it looks like they're targeting that same side. I think that's their better receiver, or they're going away from Tyler Brown, who's the best corner here for Belen.
You're right about that. Tyler Brown, the near corner, number 7. Some issues with spotting the ball. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Southridge. A three-yard pickup. And getting ready here for Belen. The opposite corner, Michael Sanchez, number 25. So we've had a lot of corner rotation. Sorry, Nicholas Sanchez. I read that wrong. Nicholas Sanchez, the opposite corner to Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown has been consistently starting, but we've had that second corner constantly getting switched out, Bobby. Today it's Nicholas Sanchez.
There's a flag on the play. The ref is coming out to signal it. It was an illegal man downfield, I believe, on Southridge, so that will move them back after 2 really good plays. I'm sorry, that was an illegal substitution.
So an illegal substitution. The coach is communicating with Tyler Brown, who could emerge as one of the leaders here on this defense. Definitely one of the best players in this secondary. He's got a lot of top-end speed. He's very good.
Well, Belen made the change against True North to move Bryce to defense and also Ethan Barosela, the tight end, and they've done a really good job, especially against Fairfield.
Yeah, Ethan, not that I can see. He's the far linebacker on the field right now, joined with a couple others, including Lucas Amaya, the senior. If I had to pick one guy that's the leader of this defense, it's probably him. He's been on this defense for seemingly the longest time. Of course, Davion Dixon, the star on the defensive line. He's another one of those leaders. And it's now going to be Southridge ball, so a bit more confusion, but it's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Feels like we haven't had a play for a long time here. There's a lot of stuff going on here with Southridge, and the refs are having a little bit of trouble too.
Yeah, most certainly a lot of confusion. And still looks to be confusion as the refs are talking it over. The ball's on the ground, but they don't know what to do with it. This is something that we haven't seen before that much, Bobby.
Well, late last game, to win the game, Bryce Fitzgerald got an interception, and they made the transition from him to corner to safety, and I think that's his better fit position because he did really good on JV at safety.
Well, a whistle has blown, and that's a good sign, certainly a sign of progress. So Southridge's offense comes back out onto the field, and we're getting ready here. One running back in the backfield. Let's see what they do. They're going to open up with a screen pass. Getting around Ethan, but he's going to make the tackle. That'll make it a 3rd down and 5.
It seems like they're targeting Nicholas Sanchez, who's a good tackler. I mean, I guess they saw film and they saw something, and they keep running the same play over and over again.
I'm not sure if it's targeting him as much as avoiding Tyler Brown and his side of the field. He's most definitely a top corner here. When you're rotating a lot of corners, that shows a lot less confidence in that corner and his abilities. But Nicholas Sanchez won the starting job for this week. Let's see what he can do. So far, it's 3rd and 6. Southridge, one running back in the backfield. They're going to throw a sidearm pass. It's batted down. Gavin Schmarslin making the play.
Well, G was getting triple teamed against Fairfield Prep last week, so Davion was able to feast. But now it seems like he's just one-on-one, and he's been a menace off the edge.
Already a pass batted down. These are a lot of quick throws from Southridge, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand in less than a second.
Yeah, it's all because of that D-line. A lot of pressure for him, and they planned around it. Little tight end flats, quick screen passes, passes to the running back, all stuff like that. But Belen's able to shut it down.
Great thing to point out there, Bobby. Southridge set to punt. It's 4th down. 2 returners in the backfield. And it's a high snap and a high punt. A lot of airtime here. And it's going to get a really good bounce inside the 10. And an excellent punt for Southridge is going to start this Belen offense on the 6-yard line. And we'll be back in a minute. handoff to Miatis. The handoff by Miatis up the middle, and that'll put him down on the 15-yard line. Kamani Alexander, the first one to get the ball this game.
Well, these inside runs for Belen always seem to be getting stopped up at 3 or 4 yards, but the push by Miatis and the O-line always gets that extra 2 yards, which really helps out the drive.
Yeah, and Anthony Rubio there was a fake handoff to him. He was running around the outside, so an interesting play design there. The fake to Rubio, we know he's a good running back. And this one is going to be to Rubio. Running it to the outside, leaning with the shoulder, and to the 21-yard line. So only a pickup of 4 or 5 yards, but it's enough for a first down.
Well, even though there's not a lot of people in the student section, this Belen bleachers are getting really loud here today. I could barely hear Javi talking.
That might also be because of the music, and that's thanks to Senator Marco Rubio, our DJ for today. He's been the DJ for the last couple games. We have a good view of him here, shuffling through the music and keeping this Belen sideline hyped. But Anthony Rubio is going to make his way off the field for first down and 10. Bo is coming onto the field. We know Bo is fast, he's got a lot of potential. He's a great power running back. But the handoff is Kamani up the middle, and he's tackled almost immediately by the first defender available, but he's driving through and he's able to pick up 8 yards on the play.
The fact that Belen's able to rotate Soto and Bo and just all the running backs that are so quick that it's really hard for defense to stop, because they have so many running backs that they'll never get tired. They could just keep rotating them all day and they could score.
Something else to note, Ethan Barosela, we mentioned his switch to defense. Well, he's not playing much offense at all. He's on the sideline right now. We know he can play tight end. So if one goes down, you have to expect him to come in. The run by Alexander, bouncing off tacklers, throwing up a stiff arm, going to be enough for a first down. This running game is working perfectly, picking up first down after first down for Belen.
Only a couple plays for Belen here, but it looks like their game plan is very similar to the True North game. You know, a fullback just try and run it up the gut and get a nice drive for a score.
Something else to note, the starting receiver for today, Stefan Borrero, who started off the season at defense, but won that starting job at receiver, and he's been starting for the last couple games. We know what he did on the last drive. In the last game, he had a great last drive, 2 catches on slants and the game-winning touchdown. Southridge is going to jump off sides, and that will be Belen ball, and that'll move him up 5 yards to the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 for Miatis and the Wolverines offense.
A great call there by Coach, because Belen's been running it all this time. They want to jump and try and stuff the gaps, and they were a little too eager there. It seems like the whole D-line jumped. And
a lot of credit has to go to the O-line, keeping their blocks, doing a good job. I've got a great view here of Andres Paredes, the left tackle, has been doing a good job sealing off the edge. Bo Humphrey stumbles almost immediately, and he'll lose a couple yards on the play. But it'll be 2nd down and 7. Is Belen finally looking to pass here?
Yeah, I mean, 3rd and long, you always want to pass. I mean, that's what the other team tried to do. It didn't really work out for them because of great coverage. And, well, now the fullback comes out. So, yeah, they probably are going to pass. If Belen can connect here, it could really change the game, because if Belen can be able to run the ball and pass the ball, it's game over.
2 sides of one coin. Southridge only passing the ball, Belen only running the ball. And we know who those running backs are. The 2 in the backfield right now, Christian Soto and Kamani Alexander. You love to see them rotating so many running backs. But Miatis out for his first pass. He's throwing it downfield to Stefan, who's got him by his man, and he makes the catch down on the 20. A great pass by Miatis, a perfect pass, you could say, and Stefan with the catch.
A great pass, a great catch, but what great blocking. They sent a blitz there on 3rd down, and every single lineman was pushing someone back. A great play for Belen.
And we love to see all the parents and fans here exploding as they love that play and the explosion in this offense. As now G comes into the game, Stefan staying out, 1st down and 10 on the 20-yard line. It's a handoff to Kamani up the middle. Stopped quite quickly. He's going to pick up 2 on the play. That'll make it 2nd down and 8.
Darion's been a good lead blocker today. He's really getting to those linebackers who are starting to blitz. I mean, a short pass slant right down the middle, because those linebackers are blitzing, will be an easy 5 or 6 yards for Belen.
That deep shot, a thing that we have not seen a lot of this year, something I'm very disappointed about, but it's back. We know Miatis, that's where he's best at, the deep ball. The the best trait of his is how far he can throw the ball. He can throw it 60 yards. We've seen it in practice. And Kamani getting a good push by the offensive line. That'll be enough for a first down. He got stopped almost immediately, but that's all grit. The offensive line pushing through for the first down. But back to Miatis, we know he can throw the ball downfield, so we just love to see that being incorporated back in the offense, especially with Stefan's speed.
Well, Hector Saldana, the center, is now getting the start. Even though LJ Mendez has been starting these last couple games, he really showed out against Fairfield when he went in late in the game.
A great thing to point out there, Bobby. But a quick timeout, and we'll be back in a minute. 6:22 to go in the first quarter. And back out onto the field, the Belen Wolverines offense here. 2 running backs, Anthony Rubio, Kamani Alexander. Miatis gives it to Rubio, trying to bounce it to the outside, but stopped. So he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and we're looking at 2nd down and goal for Belen.
Well, Rubio has really just been the shine on this offense these last couple games. He always seems to get big runs to spark the offense, especially against True North, his rival team, and he just did a great job in every single game.
Another thing to point out, kicker Lucas Avino already warming up. He had a great game last week. He had his first made field goal, and he had 2 of those and sunk in the extra point that eventually was the game-winning points in that game against Fairfield. So he's got those ice in his veins. He's very clutch. We want to see if he can come out on the field, maybe hit a field goal or 2 later on. We know he can hit it from far. Miatis throwing to the end zone. It's going to be caught by Stefan on the goal line. They're going to mark him on the 1-yard line. And it did not result in a touchdown, but a play I love to see. Something that Belen just doesn't call. Short inside the 10-yard line, and you're passing the ball. And it's great to see that it's working out.
Well, yeah, now this really sets you up for an easy QB wedge or just run to the fullback. Easy touchdown here for Belen. Great job by Stefan to jump up there and high point the ball. And even though he was not afraid of getting hit, he was able to make the catch, bring it in and lead to the easy touchdown right there for Belen.
So the run up the middle. Miatis leading the way, and they will mark him a half-yard short.
I thought he scored. I saw that he scored.
So make it 4th and goal. And Stefan has really cemented himself as that wide receiver 1. Each of the past 2 years, we've had one with Coco and Robbie Lizama last year. Robbie, an incredible wide receiver, got to see a ton of him and play with him. A great player and a great leader. Stefan now stepping into that role. He's got some big shoes to fill. But so far, he's doing well, and this is his best starting drive so far.
Well, it seems like Belen has trust in their offense here to score, and even if they don't, I mean, they could get a safety from their defense like they did last game by Davion Dixon with a great safety.
The handoff to Kamani up the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown. The Belen Wolverines take a 6-0 lead. Miatis leading the drive downfield all the way from inside Belen's own 10, and that's 6 points on the board.
A great catch, great blocking, great running. Everything went right for Belen there. And a dime by Miatis to Stefan 2 times.
And Miatis has grown every game and every drive. His best drive so far was the last Fairfield drive, that game-winning drive. This drive might be even better. A great throw to Stefan, maybe one of his best throws so far in his career. So congratulations to Miatis there and Stefan Borrero. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the offensive lineman, some great blocking too. Perfectly executed all drive by the offense. We love to see here. Belen takes a 7-0 lead.
Well, one thing we didn't mention about Lucas Avino is he actually had the most points for Belen against Fairfield. He had 7 points, and, just a great showing by him because he skipped a year playing football. He played JV 2 years ago as an 8th grader, and he comes out here, he gets a start, and he does a great job.
Yeah, last year, if I'm correct, he just played soccer. And yeah, that's all he played. So really impressive that he just comes out on the field, varsity kicker, and he's able to deal with the pressure perfectly. Now, something that we do have to remember, that Adrian Mueye is the backup kicker who has kicked before. He kicked last year. He was injured, and that might have lost his starting spot. They rotated through spring. Let's see if Adrian Mueye gets some kicks up today. But Noah Zumbano is set to kick off. Zumbano, the kick, it's high. And it'll be fielded at the 15. Take it forward, and he's getting some good blocks. Out to the 38-yard line, and a nice run by Southridge to start off their drive.
Well, what I heard Coach Crespo telling the special teams before the game was not to kick it to number 6 because he had some dangerous returns against Norland and the other 2 teams they played. So that was the plan there with the squib kicks, and which Noah does really well.
Yeah, this team, I don't even know what to think of them. I don't know if their defense is good or not, because they allowed 0 points 2 straight games and then 66. So kind of interesting. Now, granted, they were playing Norland, a great team. But coming back out onto the field is this defense. We're looking at the same 2 corners. Omar out at safety along with Bryce Fitzgerald. 4 receivers out in the set, 1 running back. It'll be a handoff. No, the QB's going to take it, flip it out to the receiver. That's number 6. You talked about him earlier. He's breaking some tackles out past the 50 and a first down for Southridge. This offense most definitely looks electric. Belen's going to have a lot of big plays that they're just going to have to contain here in this game.
That was a really good job by Nicholas Sanchez. He contained the quarterback, but he did a really good pitch to the quarterback. A smart move there because Nicholas Sanchez was about to blow him up.
Camden Walters making his way onto the field along with Charlie Nunez. And quick, it's the slant. Number 6 again. He clearly seems to be the quarterback's favorite target here, picking up 12 yards on that play.
Pass complete to Reed.
Jake Camejo, the senior, has started this game. He's done a really great job of filling up the gaps and getting tackles on the inside. He started last week. He did a great job again. A really great season for him.
Well, the QB's set to throw to number 6 again, a one-handed catch, making some moves. And he's going to get just past the 30-yard line. Another first down. So number 6, don't know who he is, but 3 straight first downs definitely seems to be an offensive weapon for this team.
I think what just happened here is Southridge has just figured out their bread and butter, just short passes, and Belen has no way to stop it.
Right about that, Bobby. And they seemingly just cannot be stopped on offense so far. These quick passes have worked so well. Not necessarily a lot of missed tackles, but well-designed plays working here for Southridge. And the same formation, 4 receivers and a running back in the backfield. Number 10 in the backfield, along with the QB, who's number 1.
With the rush from Davion and Jake, it looks like they've abandoned the inside runs, sticking to screens and only outside runs.
Clock now running. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Southridge with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. The snap, it's a quick pass to number 16 this time. Breaking tackles, making his way to the 20-yard line. This kind of reminds me of that Patriots offense. Short passes, let the receiver break a tackle, and make a play upfield.
Well, one thing I forgot to mention, and it's my fault because this is actually a very important game for Belen. This is their first district game. They need 2 district wins to make the playoffs.
And the handoff, and he's going to go down on the 9-yard line, just weaving through tacklers. This Belen defense has had a tough time securing these tacklers. Southridge has done a good job eluding them. But it's going to be holding on the offense. So the big play negated. Bring it back around the 32-yard line.
So what I was saying about districts is Belen plays 3 district games this year. They need to win 2 to make the playoffs. They play Homestead, Southwest, and obviously Southridge. It's really big to get the win here because I think they could get an easy win against Southwest, but Homestead is a really tough team.
So Damari Charlton, the quarterback. And it's a spot of the foul penalty, so rather than being the 32, it'll be the 28-yard line. 2nd and 9 for Southridge here. They've had no problem picking up first downs. The question is, can Belen stop them? 4 receivers out, 1 running back. Number 16 in motion. It's a handoff to him. Cutting it inside, he's showing off that speed. Cutting it up the 10-yard line, and he's going to go down on the 2. the tackle made by safety Bryce Fitzgerald, stopping a touchdown there on that play.
Really great blocking there for them, and he was just able to run around every single Belen defender, and Bryce was able to make the tackle, stopping the touchdown.
Hurry up offense here for Southridge. 4 receivers, the handoff up the middle, and he plunges into the end zone. Southridge scores the touchdown. It's 6-7 now with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go, and a very simple drive for Southridge, picking up a first down really every single play for about 10, 12 yards, driving down and scoring quite easily. Oh, the extra point set to go. Number 1, the quarterback, is also serving as the holder. Number 30, the kicker. That is Gabriel Perez.
Well, no incomplete passes today for Southridge, but that's not really hard to do when all you're throwing is 2-3 yard passes, but it's working out for them. But then needs to adjust, get those outside linebackers to cover those outs and those screens and stuff like that.
Set to take the extra point. This will tie up the game. It's a bad snap, but the kick is still good. So 7-7, 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. We'll be back after the kickoff. The kick up. Number 30 set to kick. And now the kick is up and underway. 3 guys down there to field. Zach Sunderland going backwards, makes the catch, a great catch. But I'm not sure how this return is going to be as he's layered with the hit down on the 10-yard line. Maybe not the wisest decision to field that. Should have let that go for a touchback.
Well, I don't know if it was going to go for a touchback. I think it was going out of bounds. If it went out of bounds, it would have been a penalty, but that would have been at the 40, which is a lot better field position than at your own 10. But they were able to score from this field position last drive, so if they could do it again, it'd be really great.
I'm not sure how much you can blame Zach Sunderland, though. He's clearly fighting for that starting spot, and he just needs to show some flashes, some big plays. And if his opportunity is to do it on a kick return, he's going to make the most of that opportunity. He's going to want to field the ball and take it back. As it remains, the receiver out on the field is Stefan Borrero, along with a couple tight ends. 2 tight ends and 2 running backs. Handoff to Alexander. He's bottled up almost immediately. But those aren't traditional tight ends. That looks to be Darian Torres and Anthony Rubio lined up at the tight end position.
I believe that's actually the wing position, which is going back to Belen's old wing T offense, which is run first, buck sweeps, traps, powers. And, Southridge is just sending a full blitz. I don't know if this is going to keep on working for Belen.
Well, Gabriel Sixto is a true tight end who is out there. Stefan Borrero now on the right side of Miatis. Miatis joined by 2 backs in the backfield. One of them Kamani, but Miatis is going to throw. Feels some pressure, and the throw is short. Everybody was covered in a good play by Miatis just to throw it away.
Yeah, it was smart there. Sixto looked to be open, but if he had to float that ball for Sixto to catch it because there were 2 defenders right there.
Another thing you have to know, if he floated that ball, there was a cornerback around the number 20, so he could have really laid a big hit on Sixto. Miatis looking out for his receivers, and that's a great thing to see. Don't want to throw out a hospital ball. And the defensive line for Southridge is ready. Done a good job bottling up the run here. And other than a couple plays, they've done a good job stopping Belen here. But that big play by Stefan really killed them Let's see if they can replicate that again. As he's out on the field, on the left side of the field. Miatis, the handoff up to middle. It's to Kamani Alexander, who's bouncing off tacklers. And he's going to go down on the 30-yard line and a big run. So every drive kind of looking the same for Belen. Getting stopped a couple times early on, and just a quick big play that's is a nice 10, 15-yard, 20 pickup.
A great block in there, and great for Kamani, break that first tackle, and then he runs for an extra 15 yards. When he breaks that first tackle, he runs for, a lot of extra yards. He's so fast.
Inconsistency is the one word I would use to describe this last drive and the one prior for Belen Jesuit. Well, coming out onto the field, Bryce Fitzgerald, Zach Sunderland, 2 receivers. Bryce did play running back on JV last year, so he could have some time at running back. We don't know, though. And some confusion among the offense. It'll be a penalty. And the penalties on the Wolverines are going to have to back up 5 yards.
Besides that one play, this has been a really bad drive for Belen. The only upside is that this Southridge defense looks really tired. I mean, they exploited that on Kamani's big run. If they could keep running that ball right down the middle, stuffing it down their throats, and I don't think there's any way they could stop it.
Well, 4-5 receivers out onto the field. A new formation I have not seen a lot of this team run. Certainly one I'm excited to see, though. Stephen Borrero, 1 receiver out wide. TJ James in the slot. Kamani also in the slot. Anthony Rubio on the other slot. It's the pass to Stephen. It's a low pass, almost intercepted. So 1st and 10, 5 receivers out, doesn't work out too well.
All these passes from Miatis have been really low, and the one good pass he had, which is the best pass I think, was that pass to Stephen, which is that deep bomb. The other couple passes have been low or high, but I mean, really lucky there it was an interception.
Yeah, most definitely. So sticking with the same set, a set I'm excited to see. This is not a pass-heavy team, but maybe responding to Southridge, getting Miatis slinging the ball over the head of Zach Sunderland, who's on the out route. Maybe Miatis was expecting more of a speed cut than kind of digging and planting his feet into the ground. That's all I could imagine that went wrong there, unless it was just a missed throw.
Really great pass blocking there, but he just seems to be forcing the ball like he's under pressure, but he really isn't. I think he just needs to take his time, set his feet, and he can make those passes. There's still a lot of game left. He just needs to shake it off, keep going.
We know Miatis has accuracy. He showed it a lot in practice, and he showed it to that throw to Stephen. That was as good of a throw I've seen from Miatis. And a timeout now by Southridge. So Southridge calls a timeout. 1 minute to go in the first. 3rd down and 10 from Belen's own 25, and we'll be back in a minute. Miatis, the handoff up the middle. It's Kamani breaking tackles. He will fall short of the first down, a 7-yard pickup. So the inconsistent drive is going to end up with a Belen stop, a 3-and-out. And Belen's offense is staying out on the field for 4th down. And now they're coming back off the field. Not the best spot ever, but I would say they probably would have punted anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a 3-and-out, but it seemed like it. Only one good play that entire drive. Let's see if we could get a good punt here by Noah, who's been booming the ball these past couple games.
It felt like a 3-and-out. A lot of plays that just didn't go anywhere, getting stopped after a yard. And then Kamani just broke out a big run. Miata's hitting a deep pass. It's been the game so far. A low snap. Zumbano's able to pick it up and snap it, but they're going to have to call it dead. On the 17-yard line, it will be Southridge ball. They're already in the red zone and in field goal range.
Well, if they just keep doing what they're doing from the 17, I think this could be an easy score for them. I think Belen's going to have to back off the linebackers, you know, not run man-to-man, run a zone, and just cover up every part of the field, make sure they can't get any passes off.
And I feel like the special teams deserve some love. One of those players, Victor Torres, got to talk with him earlier today, the senior, where he's possibly committing. Victor Torres said he would consider committing to UF, Florida State. Obviously, he's focusing more academically rather than football. Any Florida State school.
I mean, the fullback who played D-tackle last year on JV, Jack Balsera, brother of AJ Balsera, is in at D-tackle. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of him at all at any position, and now he comes in.
The pitch out to 22, cutting it upfield. He'll pick up 3-4 yards on the play. So the first quarter is going to end. The game is tied 7-7. And we'll be back after the first quarter.
Hey, Wolverine.
I got it. Welcome back, Wolverines. The first quarter just finished, starting up the second quarter. It is 7, the Spartans. And it's a little bit about the offense's first quarter.
We've had some pretty impressive plays. Kamani's gone well over 40 yards. We got that deep.
The field position.
Thank you, Brandon and Henry. But as we get back, it's a Southridge touchdown. Maybe not the best time to come back. And the sudden Southridge score with 11 minutes and 48 seconds to go, quite early on in the second quarter. They're going to take the lead 13-7.
I mean, easy field position for them there. They're able to go get the easy drive, easy score. You know, 2 passes, 1 run, and a touchdown.
And the kicker is out and set to make the extra point, or deliver the extra points. But Belen has been pretty good at stopping field goals, at least blocking them. Gavin Schmarsland doing a good job getting back there. Let's see what they do now. Number 30, the kicker. Set to kick. Not a great snap. And the kick kind of fluttering around, but it still goes in. And they're going to take a 14-7 lead, and we will be back in a minute. And Southridge set for the kickoff. Maybe the Belen offense has something more to deliver. Bobby, what are you looking for from Belen?
I mean, just keep hitting that run game, and if it doesn't work out, try those passes, but
Oh no, Rubio dropped the ball and he got stopped immediately at the 5-yard line. Took a tough hit. Now Rubio, maybe not the cleanest hit. Some complaints from the fans here in the stands. Looked like he might have been leading with the helmet, but regardless, they're going to be stopped on the 5-6-yard line. Not the best spot for this Wolverines offense to start.
well, like I was saying, they just need to get the pass game going. A lot of overthrows, underthrows, bad routes. You know, just I think they need to run the waggle, which is a really great play. The tight end is always open on that play. And Miata just needs to calm down, you know, set his feet, and just make those easy passes.
Well, as we get ready, there's one receiver out on the field. Most definitely not a passing formation for the Wolverines. Now they can pass out of this formation, and they will. Give it to Kamani Alexander, who's exploding now down the sideline and out of bounds. They will mark him on the 38-yard line. And some real energy in this Belen Wolverines offense.
Well, yeah,
today.
that's all they needed to do, you know, nothing too fancy, no deep corners, no deep doms, you know, no digs. Just a little short pass, get Kamani into some open room, and easy 20-yard gain.
Some excitement here. Jason Felix back in at tight end. Gavin Schmarsland got in a couple reps at tight end. Miatis the handoff up the middle to Kamani again. And that'll pick up a yard or two.
Monty's been getting a lot of burn here today. This is usually the point where they start rotating him for Soto or Rubio and other guys, but he stayed in the whole game, and he's done a really great job.
Speaking of some of those guys, a happy birthday shout out to Christian Soto and Gavin Schmarsland. Hopefully the team can deliver the win for their birthdays. Gavin Schmarsland not currently in. Christian Soto is not either. There are a couple running backs in the backfield. Darian Torres, the fullback, is out there. But a timeout will be called. Don Chaney decides to talk it over with the guys, and we will be back after the timeout.
Wolverines.
And the Belen offense is back out onto the field here. Andres Miatis leading the way with a handoff to Rubio on the outside. But a missed block is, he's going to take a big hit. I'm not going to blame that on Rubio. I think that was a missed block by Kamani.
Well, one thing we've seen here from Southridge is that they tackle really efficient, they tackle really hard. You know, they've been laying out some of the Belen guys, but they're able to get back up, play really tough, and that's why the score is what it is. You know, still a tight game, even though Southridge is outplaying Belen.
Well, we're looking at something different here. They're going to flip it. Stefan now on the right side of the QB. Handoff up the middle. It's Kamani. An electric run as he's making his way past tacklers. Took him 5 guys to bring him down on that play. Kind of reminded me of Javonte Williams there. Great job by Kamani Alexander.
I always bring it up every game, maybe multiple times. I've said it earlier, but that push by the fullback and the O-line always helps out for extra yards, and there it gets us the first down.
Well, this is not something you see a lot. An injury, not to a player, but to a ref. And I couldn't even tell you what's wrong with him. Now this puts the refs in a weird position. I don't know necessarily what happens, but Bobby, if a ref is out of the game, they're doing this game with one less ref than normal, and that's got to be very difficult for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he's okay. I didn't really see what happened. I think he might have gotten hit, but no, he looks to be moving around, so I think he's fine.
Well, he's going to get helped up. Maybe just knocked down a bit too hard and stretch out possibly a little bit. But I think it's good. The refs are possibly enjoying that moment right there. So 5 refs calling the game tonight, or reffing the game tonight, sorry. And it looks like we're going to stay with 5. Just got bumped up a little bit.
Yeah, you rarely ever see that, and I mean, I wonder what happened. I wasn't really looking.
Well, love to see the blue on blue uniforms. Talking about the birthday boy, Christian Soto, into the game. Soto coming out on the field, lined up at the wing position. Bo in the backfield, joined with, I think that is Davion Torres. Miatis dropped the ball, and Southridge is going to jump on it. And a disastrous play, wrong from the snap, and the changeup at center isn't going too well for Belen.
I mean, 2 turnovers ready for Belen, not really good. You know, the muff punt and also that fumble right there, and almost another pick. Really sloppy game for Belen here.
I'd say thank you to this parent here. He's got a lot of energy despite the negative play, cheering on this defense here. I think we might need some more of this energy. Mike Suarez makes his way into the game. That's number 66. Number 99, sorry, Andres Rionda. It's a defensive tackle and defensive end checking in. 4 receivers and a running back. The handoff up the middle. He stopped almost immediately.
Well, they go back to it after a while, that inside run, and it's just eaten up by the D tackles, Davion and company. You know, the linebackers too, shooting the gaps. Really great play by those front 6 guys.
Damari Charlton, the QB here. He also plays some receiver. The senior, 6'2", 180 pounds here. Pretty big guy. And he's set to throw. It's a quick throw. Once again, making a move and picking up the first down. Southridge looks talented on offense. That's number 8, I believe. Number 8, Cameron Owens, the wide receiver, the senior. He's 5'9", 165.
Belen started off this game hot, and ever since then, it's just been a downhill of really bad plays and mistakes.
See if they can make their way back uphill. This could be the time to do it. A stop here could stop a field goal. And throwing it, it's batted down, and G ended up with the ball. I don't know how. That's Gavin Schmarslin. Teammates and his classmates like to call him G. Ended up with the ball. Could have been an interception. Didn't get a great view of what happened there. Bobby, what happened?
I think the ball was batted down. It just landed right into G's hands. You know, it's not really a fumble, but great awareness by him to get the ball.
Good job for sure. And it's a quick pass to number 6 this time. One-on-one with Bryce Fitzgerald, who makes the tackle, and some help from Camden Walters chasing him down. That's Jaquan Reed, the wide receiver, the junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. He's had a lot of big plays today.
Well, it seems like Bryce is playing really far back, and the linebackers are playing really close up, which is leaving the middle wide open for slants and digs like that.
Well, short throw again. It's the slant. It's picked off by Tyler Brown. He jumped the route, and he's got the speed to take it back. He jukes out the QB, chased down from behind by number 8. But he's going to take that all the way to the 49-yard line. And an electric player, Tyler Brown, making a huge play for Belen. And all of a sudden, all this electricity and energy is back on this Wolverine sideline.
That's just what Belen needed. A great play there by Tyler Brown, who's a great tackler, an even better in coverage, and he just makes a great play on the ball.
Wow, a huge play. The pass was behind him. The receiver didn't necessarily attack the ball. Tyler Brown got in front of the receiver, attacked the ball, exactly what you should do. And he already started with some velocity, so he was charging downfield. Looks like he had a shot at the end zone, but good taking it back 50 yards. That might be the jolt this offense needs. Bo Humphrey taking it. He's tackled almost immediately. A yard pickup, and Anthony Rubio makes his way back into the game.
Well, Coach Nana, the D-line coach, He's a really loud, really hype guy, and he just celebrated with Tyler Brown on the sideline. He's a really good motivator for this team. He's always yelling, always keeping the team's heads up, and he's one of the reasons that this team is always rallying at the end of the game.
Bo makes his way off the field. If you ever want to get on the field, kids, stand around your coach. A couple of these guys are. TJ is one of them. The handoff to the outside, Rubio trying to get around. He does, leaning his shoulder and gets to the 40-yard line. Not trying to criticize Rubio, but he hasn't gotten to the outside a lot of the runs. He hasn't necessarily made the attempt to. This is the first time he did it, and it's possibly his best result yet. Now, obviously, I have no right to criticize him because he is a great runner of the football, and he's already got a couple offers.
Well, one thing Rubio does great that a lot of running backs tend to do is he does not break down and try and juke. He makes one move and he just takes off full speed.
Yeah, well, Rubio now making his way to the outside, getting down the sideline, making a play. It's a good job by Rubio there. He's joined by Christian Soto in the backfield. Miatis looking to throw. It's a curl to Stefan. He's got one-on-one. He's going to drive his defender out of bounds. That's number 5 making the tackle, or at least pushing him out of bounds, Marcus Simmons. And he's guarding Stefan Borrero, who's been quite the threat today.
I mean, I think that's the cheat code right there because after that bomb to Stefan, that corner's playing really far back and he's backing up all the way. If they hit little short screens to him like that all day, then the corner can start playing up and then they could hit him deep again for an easy touchdown.
Stefan remains the wide receiver. Darian Torres at the wing. He's joined by Jason Felix, the tight end. Miatis handoff up the middle. Soto bottled up almost immediately, and he's slammed down to the ground, WWE style. But a flag's going to come up. That's illegal. Saw a lot of that last night in that Amazon Prime game.
Yeah.
But here it is. It's not legal, at least in high school. And that'll be a 15-yard pickup. Good job, Soto, taking the hit for the yardage.
Well, the slam, and it was also a couple seconds past the whistle, and a lot of booing from the fans, and the ref just threw the flag.
Yeah, just quite undisciplined by that defensive tackle there. Quite impressed by the fact he was able to pick up Soto and slam him down, though. I gotta give him credit for that.
I think he picked him up off the ground, which is really illegal. I mean, that's really messed up that he did that, and maybe they could put drive into Belen, everyone wants to block him harder because he hit their teammate.
Yeah, a little bit of anger, maybe a bit more emotion in this team. Now, emotion isn't what wins you games, but maybe it's just enough to jolt this team to a score. And Andres Miatis leading this team down the field. They're now set at the 30-yard line. The penalty wasn't as much as I thought, and the penalty flag is actually still out on the field there, so some confusion among the refs. They're still talking it over here. Bobby, do you know what this penalty yardage is?
Well, there was a penalty thrown before the play. It could have been false start, offsides, holding, but it's not the same penalty as the unnecessary roughness on the defense.
And it should be 10, 15 yards. But there is a penalty on the offense and unnecessary roughness on the defense. So if I'm correct, those penalties will offset and replay down. So Soto's slam is for 0 yards.
I mean, I don't think it's a reset because when it's just a normal foul and then a more severe penalty, like helmet to helmet, stuff like that, I think that it's placed like not offsetting. I don't know how to explain it. Like if it's a 15-yard penalty and a 5-yard penalty on Belen, then it's 10 yards.
So the stoppage there. A couple players talking to the ref. It's going to be a water break, state mandatory water break. Going to be quite hot and humid out here. 6:34 to go, and we will be back in a minute. So, Bobby, I got to give you credit there. You beat me to it. It's not offsetting penalties. It's 10 yards back, 15 yards forward. Miatis throwing to Sunderland. The pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Miatis tends to put it on a line. Likes to throw with a lot of velocity on the ball. Learned that class in that worded science class. I feel like it's been a nice class so far. But Zach Sunderland, one of those seniors here, rotating along with Stefan Borrero. And Zach is going to stay out on the field here. And he can make some big plays. We saw that in the first game, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they want to throw it up here, a fade, and they want to get a jump ball, I would throw it to Zach. But if they want a speedy play, short pass or someone to run by the defender, I would throw it to Stefan.
Something that I've noticed here, the Southridge defensive line kneeling for the start of each play, ready to go and conserving some energy. It's a double handoff to Rubio. And he's going to break through a tackle somehow. It looks like he was wrapped up by, I think that is number 8. And he was able to break out somehow. A missed block. The offensive lineman got driven back in the backfield. And a lot went wrong there on that play.
I don't think it was a missed block. I think that he read the pulling guards, because if the run was going right and the guard was pulling left, then he knew it was going to be a reverse of some kind. A really smart play by him. Interesting take on that, Bobby. So 3rd down and 7 at the 16-yard line. Belen in scoring position. And now the ref's calling for a quick stoppage for substitution as Bo Humphrey makes his way out onto the field, and Miatis letting him know what the play is. The 2 running backs in the backfield, Kamani and Bo. Sunderland, the wide receiver to his left. He's throwing it to Sunderland on the curl, who goes down, and that will be about a half yard before the first down. So Don and the offense here is at an interesting position. 4th down and a foot. So here's a question. Do you go for it, risk not being able to put up some points on the board, or do you go for it with the chance to score and tie up the game?
Well, you're going to have to imagine they're going to run the ball because G is out on the field. Ja making his way off the field. Ja more of a pass-catching tight end. He can block, very capable of it. When they put in G, it's usually to block. It's a handoff up the middle to Kamani. And he's going to get the push forward to end up on the 10-yard line. Another thing that makes you know it's going to be a run, how far Zach Sunderland lined up. He was almost near the sideline at the numbers, completely taking the corner out of the play. And they might need to bring out the chains to measure this. No, it's going to be a turnover on downs. Southridge will get the ball on their own 10-yard line.
Risky there, but I think I would have done a play-action pass there. Every single Southridge player was inside the box on that play, and Belen comes empty after a great drive.
Well, Belen's defense makes their way back out onto the field, and we will be back in a minute. Belen's defense back out onto the field here. Stefan is playing defense, and the quarterback's going to run it, and he's going to break through a tackle, dropped his shoulder, and he's running down the sideline. He runs out of bounds on the 38-yard line. A flag is out. Sitting around that line of scrimmage, Bobby, did you see what that was?
No, but if the flag is on Belen, it would put them in good field position again, even though they're way back. Well, it is a hold. It is on them, so all that for naught. A good run by the quarterback, but I don't think he would have broke free if it wasn't for that holding. There's always a reason that a big play happens, especially when there's a penalty.
Holding penalty there will negate the big play and put him back half the distance to the goal, to the 5-yard line. So 1st and 15 for Southridge. Bobby, if you're Belen, what are you expecting here?
Well, when you're this far back and you try and pass, especially against this dangerous defensive line, it could be a safety or, a sack, which can put you at your own 1-yard line.
The run up the middle is stopped immediately. Belen, that defensive line, the stars of this team, making that stop real quickly.
Interior, the defensive line makes a big stop.
And now the ref's calling for a quick hold as they set the ball in the correct position. Ball still on the 5-yard line now. Southridge 2nd and 15.
Well, this can be a tough call for them too, because last time they threw the ball, it was a pick, and it looks like their only wide receiver out is covered by Tyler Brown, who got the pick. So I don't know if the QB wants to throw that way.
Man in motion slips. He's throwing it downfield on the corner route. He's got a man, but it's going to be picked off. No, it's going to be batted down by Bryce Fitzgerald. An athletic-looking play there. I was worried the ball would have gone through his hands and into the receiver's hands, but he's able to get his hands on the ball and knock it down. 3rd and 15, a great play by Bryce.
That was a very unselfish play. You know, if he tried to go for the pick there, it could have easily gone through his hands, and Receiver could have caught it and scored. Bryce able to bat it down, keeping them deep in their own territory.
Could have been deflected too. A lot of noise here in the stands. And the quarterback is looking downfield. He's got a man wide open, and he just overthrows him on the outside of the shoulder. That is a catch the wide receiver has to make. If you're wondering, that's number 16, Darius Clements, who dropped the pass there. That could have been a touchdown for Southridge. The Wolverines lucked out.
I would be really upset if I was the defensive coordinator for Belen, because he was wide open.
And another holdage here. The ball will be on the 5-yard line. The punter has limited room. Remember, one punt went a bit over his head, quite high, which meant it almost got blocked. If we look at a bad punt again, or a bad snap, this could be a safety.
It doesn't even have to go out the back of the end zone. If it's too high and he steps out the back, which he's very close to, it can also be a safety.
The ref is watching that. And it is not a great hold. Sorry, not a great snap. The punt is going Rubio's way. He gets it off the bounce, and he's tackled quite quickly on the 28-yard line. 28 yards from the end zone here. Bobby, what are you looking for Belen to do?
It's always great to start in field goal range. You know, you can't give up any sacks here because you need the points. And, of course, you always want to score.
Miatis leading the offense back out onto the field here. Bo Humphrey looks like he's going to be running back along with Anthony Rubio, Christian Soto sitting out for the play. Stefan back in at receiver. We'll tell you the rest of the players that are on next. You can notice Jason Felix in there. Bobby, what are you smelling here?
Wolverines break the huddle. 1st and 10 from the Spartan 30.
Maybe not smelling a play at all. Let's see what happens here. Kamani Alexander in the backfield. Miatis rolling out. He wants to throw deep, but he throws it to Kamani. It was a bit behind him. He was blocking, not expecting the pass. Now, a miscommunication. It might not look like the best play, but I think it was smart by Miatis.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just throw it on the ground anywhere, so he decided to throw it near Kamani, because if he caught it, could have been a gain. And even if he wasn't looking, he threw it right at the ground. So no intentional grounding, you know, no interception. You know, not a great play, but not a bad play either.
Another thing to note, definitely not forcing the ball downfield. Stefan, he's a great wide receiver, but he was blanketed in coverage. Not sure if he would have been able to make that play. So Stefan on the left side of the field here. Miatis, the handoff to Rubio to the outside. He's cutting it back upfield, and he'll pick up 5 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Bobby, what is Belen expecting to do?
I mean, they love to go for it on 4th down. So, I mean, if it's 4-down territory for them again, they don't need a 1st down here. Just, you know, 4 or 5 yards.
Let's see. I'm actually going to put him a yard farther than I thought. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Darian Torres, the fullback, is in the game. No surprise, Kamani and Rubio are in the game as well. Jason, starting tight end. Stefan is facing some press coverage here. Let's see if they take advantage of that. It's a handoff up the middle to Kamani. Breaks off a tackle that would have stopped him before the 1st down. Bouncing forward, and he will be marked 2 yards short of the 1st down. So it depends what Belen wants to do here. They went for it on 4th down last time, and if I'm correct, that did not go so well.
Very risky here for Belen, you know, going for it. They might try and draw him off sides and then try the kick after if it doesn't work out. So I wouldn't run a play here, you know, very risky.
Well, this is a surprise. Kamani Alexander, Darian Torres coming off the field. I imagine they're just trying to get them to jump because I don't know what play you have designed that involves Kamani Alexander coming off the field.
Probably
Unless if it's a QB sneak. And it'll be a timeout. And a delay of game, actually. So delay of game on the Wolverines, and whatever plan they had, possibly drawing them off sides or going for it, might have to get changed here. At least some substitutions going on as Bryce Fitzgerald and Zach Sunderland, the receivers, make their way out onto the field.
Really strange call here by Belen after all that trust they had in Avino last week to hit kicks from, this far. He won the game for Belen. I mean, really strange call here.
5 receivers out and a timeout by Belen. Just a big mistake by them. They had 12 guys out on the field there. Stefan, Ja, Bo, Zach, Rubio, and Bryce. That's 6 wide receivers. You can only have 5 out there. And a miscommunication. So now Belen seems really committed to go for it. Because they're calling the timeout. They're really locking it in here. Bobby, what are you looking for Belen to do?
Kick the field goal.
Well, brutally honest answer, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes that's what you're going to get from us. We'll be back in a minute after the timeout. Five receivers out, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. A couple running backs lined up as receiver as well. Miatis looking for Fitzgerald. It's over his head. And actually that was intended for Stefan, but he got tipped off Fitzgerald's hands, and Stefan was not able to make the grab. At least that's what I think happened there.
No, I think Stefan was not ready for it. What you saw is what Stefan saw. He thought the ball was going at Bryce, but it hit him right in the chest pad when he wasn't looking, and he wasn't able to catch the tip.
Bryce did make an attempt at the ball for what it's worth, Bobby. I think his hands might have gotten a bit of it. And a good pass by Miatis. If it did really hit his chest, I didn't get a great view because that was a laser by Miatis, getting it by the defense, but to no avail. First down for Southridge. So that good field position turns into nothing for Belen. That's 2 times they failed to capitalize on good field position so far this game.
It could be 13-14 right now, a 1-point game if they decided to kick those field goals. I mean, not really smart plays here by Belen.
And a flag flying up in the air here. Let's see what this is. A false start on the offense. So they'll have to back up a bit more. Bobby, this will be 1st and 20, if I'm correct.
A lot of penalties on Southridge today. If I was their coach, I would not be happy because it's offense, defense, special teams. Belen with only very few penalties, very disciplined today for them.
I'm sorry, this is actually going to be 1st and 15 for the Southridge Spartans offense. And the QB rolling out. He's got some speed. He showed it today, but he's throwing it. It's a low pass. Thought it was a bit of Patrick Mahomes there, rolling out, making the pass. It did not work out. And what is the Southridge offense looking to do here? 2nd down and 15.
I mean, a QB rollout, there's only very few QBs I've ever seen that are able to run around Gavinch, and he just did it right there. If you have crossers coming that way, he rolls out. He has a lot of time to set his feet and make the throw.
Well, he's joined by 1 running back, 4 receivers, 3 to his right, 1 to his left. It's a 1-on-1 situation on number 25. Now turns into a 2-on-1. See if they utilize that. Number 8, he puts a juke move and a nice move. He's streaking down the sideline. Bryce Fitzgerald's going to be the one to stop him, push him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The missed tackle there. Nicholas Sanchez, who, I should say, that wasn't a great play.
I mean, even though Bryce pushed him, he ran for 6 more extra yards, which could be really important, especially with not a lot of time left in this half.
You can see the frustration as he has to come off the field. Stefan now playing corner. And that could have been a big stop there for the Wolverines. Second and a lot. Or rather, it turns into a big play for Southridge. So a minute left in the half. Set to throw the ball. No, it's a QB draw. And he's breaking tacklers, looking at the sideline. Bryce is going to force him out of bounds. Bit of intimidation. And he's going to come out of bounds on the 5-yard line there. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Southridge is leading 14-7.
We mentioned the importance of this game, district game, which is one of 2 Belen has to win out of 3 games. So not looking good so far. They do not look like they want to play in the playoffs after this looking. I mean, they really need to step it up because this is not really good for Belen today, with Southridge making lots of mistakes, and they're still winning.
First and goal, 4 receivers, but they're going to hand it off. The first handoff seemingly of this game, and a flag is going to come out. Let's see what the refs rule it here. Omar Ortega, the safety for Belen, pleading with the sideline. And it'll be a penalty on the offense. So Southridge will have to back up just a little bit more.
The penalty on the field.
I mean, this is why those field goals are so important. They score here, it's a 3-possession game. If it was 13-14, they score here, still 1 possession if they get 2-point conversion if Belen were to score.
That definitely changes things, Bobby. You're not wrong for that. But Gavin seems to be having a conversation with the quarterback. This is quite interesting. Lengthy conversation for that matter. I know he likes to have his fair share of trash talk. Didn't look to be anything hostile there. Conversing with the QB. He's hoping to sack here on what's going to be first down and goal, but 19 yards to the end zone. Bryce Fitzgerald is playing the deep safety position. And when I say deep, it's pretty deep. He's making his way back upfield now, but he was lined up at the 5. I'm not sure if they're looking to throw that deep, maybe take an end zone shot on a first down. Reminder, there is 48 seconds left in the half. Southridge up by 1 touchdown. Just to give you an idea of the matchups we're looking at right now, we have cornerback Stefan Borrero against number 14, the receiver. In the slot, number 8 is against Lucas Amaya. Then number 6, he's against Omar Ortega. And a one-on-one situation on the top of your screen, that's Tyler Brown over what I would imagine is number 6, their top receiver today, against our top cornerback today. Might want to look up there. Let's see what happens. He's looking over to him. He's throwing to the end zone, and he's got him by Tyler Brown. That's number 7 with the score. So it'll be a 20-7 lead. 34.5 seconds left. An excellent release. Tyler Brown went for the jam, and he just got right by him.
Belen falling apart everywhere. Besides that one good touchdown drive, the only reason that they're somewhat still in this game is on Southridge mistakes.
Yeah, the quarterback did not look anywhere but Tyler Brown's way. Just threw it up, and the nice reception is made for the touchdown. And number 30 is set to kick the PAT. Possibly a bit draining for Belen's hopes here. But Southridge can do it, why can't we? Off 34 seconds to possibly march downfield. Gavinch was there, he could have blocked it. He was an inch or 2 away, but the extra point is good. 21-7, Southridge with the lead, and we will be back in a minute. Well, you're going to want to stick around for this game, and here's why. If Belen doesn't win today, that puts them in a position where they have to beat Homestead, a nationally ranked team, to make the playoffs, along with another team. I think that's Southwest. And the kick is up. Wow, what a kick. That went really high. That must have been 100 feet up in the air. Maybe I'm overestimating, but a nice kick. It's going to be brought back here. So 35 seconds here. This is a must-win game for Belen because that's going to be a very difficult Homestead game to win.
Belen finds themselves this year in a pretty tough district, you know. A lot of good teams. I think every team in the district, including Belen, is a really solid team. But that Homestead team is really, really good. If Belen wants to beat them, they're going to need to step up their game from today.
Yeah, a reminder, Fairfield Prep was the runner-up in Connecticut for the state championship. So a solid team that Belen was able to defeat here. And this place is dead quiet. That's very unfortunate to see that touchdown. It's made this team lose quite a bit of hope. They might need a big return here from Anthony Rubio. We can see lined up in the back, set to return, but it'll go Sunderland's way. Rubio to block. Sunderland going upfield, makes his way past tacklers, and he will only take it up. Sorry, he will take it all the way up to the 31. And a good play by Sunderland. He went right between two tacklers and a nice juke move.
I think it's time to throw another Hail Mary to Stefan. I mean, 30 seconds left in the game.
I mean, I'm not sure if Hail Mary is the right term. I'd just say a deep pass. They're putting in some of their speedsters out there. You got Stefan, you got Zach Sunderland. That's just about it. But you got some speedsters in there. Anthony Rubio's got some speed as well, though. He might be lined up at the running back. He could be lined up at the slot as well. TJ now making his way out onto the field. So most definitely a coordinated deep shot if I had to guess, if it's not a kneel here. There's quite a bit of time here, to be exact. That's 28.2 seconds. 5 receivers set. They've got some speedy guys in there. And you're going to imagine that they're going downfield. The play is going to be blown dead immediately. And that will be a false start on the offense. Don't have the number, but if I had to bet, it would be someone on the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart call to have TJ in, but it looks like they just took him out. He's a really great route runner. He's really fast. I mean, with this much time left, he's one of the guys I would want to throw it up to.
I'm not sure if throw it up is the right word. Maybe throw it deep. So I'm not sure if any of these guys necessarily go over the top of someone and make the grab. Bryce Fitzgerald is out on the field now. The slot on the top of your screen. Might be a guy to watch here. Miatis throws it high to Sunderland, and he takes a big hit. Zach Sunderland falls inbounds. The clock is running, 20 seconds to go. Wolverines in hurry-up offense. You don't see this team in hurry-up offense a lot. 15 seconds on the clock. Incompletion here will stop the clock, as well as going out of bounds. Miatis looking downfield. He's taking a shot to Stefan, and it's going to be over his head and incomplete. The clock stops with 2.8 seconds to go. I think a couple more seconds should be added on the clock. It looked like 4.5 when it went incomplete. Bobby, break us down those last two plays.
I mean, on that first play, the deep shot wasn't necessary, but on that second one, I think it was. Now, I think they either go with a kneel or a Hail Mary just to end out the quarter.
I mean, I want some action. I want a Hail Mary. I think Miatis can make it to the end zone here on the 35-yard line, and they're going to go for a deep shot. And Southridge, not so smart. They're not playing so deep, and, well, that ball will sail out of bounds. So, turns out I was wrong. Quick out routes didn't work. They were trying to get up so it can be a Hail Mary opportunity. But the score is 21-7 at the end of the second quarter. Heading into halftime, make sure to stay for our halftime show with Henry Gonzalez and Brandon De Casada. Thank you. I'm Javier Fernandez.
And I'm Bobby Caballero.
We'll be back in the third quarter.
And there's our conclusion to the halftime. Welcome to the halftime show. I'm Henry Gonzalez.
And I'm Brandon De Casada.
So, Brandon, game's not going so good. The announcers have been pretty negative so far for us all. But I am an eternal optimist, and I do think the score could go up. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, 21-7 currently. We still got a chance, man. Belen gets ball at halftime, and then let's say they score a touchdown. Defense gets the ball right back, and we're back on top. On defense, Tyler Brown has been extremely impactful, had a huge interception to start off the second quarter. Unfortunately, he did give up a touchdown in ISO man coverage on that last play. But both the offense and defense showed flashes of a great team as they played in the first quarter, and they had it tied up. They just sort of dropped off after the second half. And Henry, how is the offense doing? Like, what do you think they need to improve on?
There's the bright side to our first half. Kamani Alexander has been on point this game. He's well over 90 yards. And, Steph Barrero, he got us that huge, deep 30-yard pass. And that's 2 completions this game so far. I think we could be looking up to more action with the wide receivers. And our running game has been on point as well. So, and our O-line too. O-line's been doing what they're supposed to. Same with D-line.
Yeah, I'd say the key guys this game have been Lucas Amaya with the tons of tackles he's had, Stephen Borrero with his big catches and his work on defense, and then finally Kamani Alexander. Just there's not much to say about him. He's been playing so well, and he gives you the hope that we can pull this together and take the lead.
Take a few plays. The score could easily be 21-21.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Chaney right now at halftime, I'm telling the players, hey, we had a great first quarter. We just got to keep going and push through. We got to click because the offense and the defense aren't really working in sync. Offense has to have long drives, and defense has to get off the field so the defense isn't as tired, which I think was the main problem in the first half. The defense was on the field a lot, so they weren't getting a lot of rest, and that's why they've given up 21 points. I just think the offense needs to stay on the field for longer and finish off with points. They can't be finishing with turnovers or incomplete fourth down conversions or punts. They just gotta.
It takes teamwork.
Yeah,
it takes mentality too.
They gotta finish it off. This is where character is built.
Exactly.
Now, when you're down 14 at the half and you need to make a really clutch play and get back into this game against the Southridge Spartans.
Waiting for that momentum swing, and I do believe that's coming, and I do believe this game will be much closer than we actually think.
I think coming out of the half, this team will be extremely hyped because they know what they can do and they know their potential. I think all in all, it's going to be a great second half, and look for the Wolverines playing really well. Thank you so much, and see you at the end of the third quarter.
And welcome back. The Belen Wolverines are back here for the 2 more quarters of football. And the kick is up, and it's going to go out of bounds. A flag flies, and a great way for the game to start. Sorry, have to start.
I mean, it's been happening over and over again where they kick it to Zach, and it's just a couple feet close out of going out of bounds, and there it finally did. So Belen gets good field position to start out the half, even though they're down.
Well, coming back out onto the field is the Wolverines offense. And Bo Humphrey, if I'm correct. Sorry, he's on the sideline. But I do see Anthony Rubio there at running back and Zach Sunderland starting off at receiver.
I mean, a bad first half for Belen. You know, bad defense, bad offense, a lot of mistakes. But they usually love to turn it up in the second half. Even against True North where they were up big. I mean, they turned it up again in the second half, scoring much more. And especially against Fairfield where they had that last drive touchdown that won them the game.
Well. 5 receivers. Nope, so much for that. 4 receivers and Kamani in the backfield. Hand off to Kamani. And he will drive forward for about 4 yards. And even though it was not a pass, I just love to see new formations getting used. 4 receivers and a running back. I mean, how often do we see that?
Alexander on the carry.
The last time Belen ran a spread, I mean, was late against True North, you know. And, no, they didn't run a spread against Fairfield even at the end. They only had 3 receivers out there. This is the first time we've really seen them with more than 3 receivers, and it's really fun to see because they started to get the pass game going late in the second half. If they could keep it up here, you know, passes to Zach, which were really working out, they can drive here and score.
And same thing as last time. 5 receivers, Kamani motions to make it 4. But this time he's blocking. It's a pass to Rubio, and he takes the tough hit. But a flag's going to fly, and that will be on the line to gain a first down. Now, these Southridge players don't even know there's a flag. They're still celebrating the hit. And a great throw by the ref with that flag. It actually hit Rubio's helmet. A solid 20-yard flag pass. So you don't see a lot of.
I don't know why number 2's happy because he just gave up a first down and he committed a penalty, so I would not be celebrating after that.
And it'll be on Southridge. He's still kind of celebrating. But Belen will pick up the first down, and Rubio taking the tough hit. He's still out on the field there. He's a tough player.
He committed 2 fouls there, actually, helmet to helmet, and he also ejected, which means when you lower your shoulder and jump into a player in high school is also a penalty, especially when you're blocking.
Well, that's good to know, Bobby. Thank you for that. Now we have 4 receivers is what I have to imagine. That's what they've been running a lot of. Bobby, what's up with this sudden change in formation?
Even in that last drive where, you know, nothing really happened in that first half, they had 2 really nice passes, you know, one to Zach on that comeback, which was a little deeper than usual. And I think they've also seen just that, which is this D-line for Southridge is just starting to turn up, and all the inside runs are now working out.
And he will get back to the line of scrimmage barely there. It's definitely a bit of a struggle for this team. They haven't done so well here on these inside runs. Just a couple of big plays, and this offense has overall just been inconsistent. Maybe 4 receivers can change that. Jason Felix, the tight end, is in the slot. But Mias is looking to Sunderland, who catches it on the curl, loses the ball. And it will be marked Southridge football. Zach Sunderland caught it, turned around, ran upfield. That's 2 steps in a football move. That's what the turning upfield is. And it'll be a fumble. Southridge will take possession. Now, even though it's a turnover, that was a great drive for Belen, other than that play.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come out passing, that's just how you do it, but an unfortunate fumble. If they could turn up, you know, get a stop here, keep the offense going, you know, 1-score game if they score again, you know, really tighten up the score, you know, put a lot of pressure on Southridge. But first, before all that, they need to get a stop here.
Well, 2 safeties out on the field now are Bryce Fitzgerald and Omar Ortega. Now, Omar Ortega, after last week, might have to be one of my favorite players. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but he had an incredible game with an interception, a couple pass deflections. And talking about pass deflections, how about Davion Dixon? His first big play of the game. It's a pass deflection here on 1st and 10. So with 10 minutes to go, 2nd down and 10.
Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Really rare you see that, but
Davion Dixon.
this entire season, the entire D-line has been batting down passes. They're just putting their arms up, and, you know, all of them are so big that they're just throwing them right into the hands of the defender.
Especially with the quick passes. It's making it really easy to bat it down because the ball's not going up very high on a deep pass. It's not the case. The ball goes up very high because you got to travel far. So the screen pass, almost tackled behind the line of scrimmage, making some moves on defenders. He'll pick up about 5-6 yards there. Stefan Borrero is still in at the cornerback position ever since a play I don't think we should talk of. Okay.
Short gain for the Spartans.
Oh,
Third down.
Tyler Brown is out on the field. He's the other corner. Lucas Amaya is going to be guarding one of the wing tight ends.
Big third down here, you know, Belen needs a stop here.
Run up the middle. They won't get the stop. It'll be a 1st down. Southridge is moving the football. They're moving it well on the 40-yard line. It's 21-7, a reminder, with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Stefan Borrero on the bottom of your screen is isolated with the receiver. Now joined with Lucas Amaya and another receiver. Let's see what Southridge dials up here. It's a handoff to the outside, cutting it upfield. Flag flies. He'll pick up 7 yards on the play.
He looks to be hurt there on the field, and there is a flag, so it might be on Belen for unsportsmanlike conduct. He got hit pretty hard there. Let's see what it is.
It could also be something different like face mask. That was face mask on the offense, though. The face mask is the least of our worries. It's a holding. But that's number 10. That is number 10, injured and down for Southridge. We will be back after the injury timeout. Back out onto the field, the Wolverines defense. Quick injury timeout, and Davion Dixon swinging number 25 down to the ground. Number 25, the ball carrier. Daryl Rander, the running back, is a senior. And we haven't seen a lot of these running backs today. It's really been a lot of number 10. Running at number 10, mind you, is Jaden Miller.
Well, what we have seen a lot of is these 1st and 2nds where, like, it's 20 or 15 yards for Southridge, which is based on, you know, a lot of penalties, which is not good for them.
And how about that, Gavin Schmarcelin? Southridge has put up some nice juke moves today, but Gavin is not going to get caught by one of those. Good play by him to stop the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. G just seems to be on another level from all these players.
I mean, you rarely see the ball back this far, especially when the 1st down is on the 50.
3rd and 22. Southridge looking downfield. It'll be short and dropped by the running back. Southridge had an opportunity to make the punt a little bit better, but they missed out on that opportunity as the special teams unit comes back out onto the field, including returners Anthony Rubio and Bryce Fitzgerald.
Well, like I said before, that's just what they needed. That was step 1 complete. Now step 2 is they need a big score here with great field position off this punt.
Fitzgerald and Rubio back to return the punt.
Fitzgerald and Rubio set to return. They're far back, lined up at about the other 40-yard line. Stefan Borrero set to block one of the gunners. Tyler Brown, the other one. Michael Suarez checking in at the last minute. And as that happens, the flag is up in the air, and the refs are looking to talk about it. What's going on? Teams are pointing at each other. Confusion, for sure. And Southridge is going to move upfield. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
On the Wolverines, 12 men on the field.
That was 12 men on the field, so it'll take one of their guys off. And Southridge set to punt. Rubio Bryce back up 5 yards. And a big punt return could really change it up for the game. Low snap, almost blocked. There are about 4 guys back there, but really good hang time on that punt. And it'll be fielded at the 39.
Way far back in their territory. That punt really helped them out. I thought Belen was going to be able to get the ball, I mean, at their own 50, you know. I mean, their own 40, but they got pushed farther than that.
Reminder, punters are people too. An excellent punt. That was 100 feet in the air. The hang time on these last couple punts have been incredible for the Southridge punter. The Belen offense is coming back out onto the field. Kamani Alexander, Darian, Anthony Rubio, Jason Felix, Stefan Borrero, the 5 skill guys that are out on the field right now. This tends to be more of a running formation with only 1 wide receiver out. Stefan has continuously been the top receiver. Miatis, the handoff to Rubio, cutting it upfield, bouncing off tacklers, makes his way to pick up 6 yards.
It's really weird because Belen's going to have to constantly keep changing formations because when they run the spread, the run doesn't work. When they run the wing tee, the pass doesn't work. You know, they're going to have to stick to something for one drive, one formation.
Thanks to our cameraman down on the field and up above, giving us a good view of that run. And right now of Anthony Rubio as Miatis dials up the next play. And for this one, Stefan Borrero is going to go out wide, almost taking his corner out of the play. 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 wing, 1 tight end. It's a run again. This one, Alexander. And he's going to be tackled at the 49-yard line.
Well, Bo comes in now. Bo's been electric. I mean, he kind of got the offense started, which seems every game. You know, whenever Belen's offense seems dormant, him and Rubio always get it started. I mean, on Fairfield, he had that excellent kick return, and it sparked that last drive that led to the score.
Not sure if you saw that there. Bo pointing to himself, possibly signaling that he's going to get the ball on this play. Stefan, the receiver. The handoff to Rubio to the outside. Rubio's going to pick up the first down and more. Down the sideline, cutting it back in. He's going to fall down on the 34-yard line, and a nice run by Rubio.
Well, talking about Bo, we saw the same thing last week where a stumble for a few extra yards. Bo's stumble is a little weird. It's kind of like a dive, but it worked, and Belen got the win last week.
And a timeout. We will be back in a minute. Thank you, all of you, for watching right now as Belen's offense is coming back out onto the field. Miatis rolling out. It's going to be a pass. He's throwing downfield to Stefan, who's got it by his man. But the throw was just a bit underthrown, and it could not be caught. Stefan got by him with an excellent out-and-up route.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the passes seem off on the wing T formation. I think it's because Miatis has to roll out, which it doesn't look like he's very comfortable doing. To get the pass going, they're going to have to go back to that spread.
Well, Stefan's got to be a bit frustrated. He had a touchdown. Now he's on the sideline. Bryce Fitzgerald coming in to take his place. Fitzgerald, that wide receiver too. And when Stefan graduates at the end of this year, you're imagining that Bryce is going to take that mantle, be that top receiver. At least that's the expectation.
Well, Bryce was that top receiver in the first 2 games, but they moved him to safety, so he started playing less.
Kamani, the double handoff, but Southridge saw this one coming. That's number 2. He had the big hit earlier on Rubio. This time he stops him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 14 coming up. 3rd and 14 coming up for the Wolverines.
Good field position for Belen after a great defensive stop, and it looks like they're going to come up empty here after a lot of mistakes. You know, a missed throw, bad blocking. If they could get the first down here, it'd be really great, but it's very unlikely how the offense is looking right now.
Darian Torres, love to see him rushing off the field. That passion for that game. Stefan makes his way back in, along with a couple other guys, because 5 receivers out on the field. Miatis is set to throw. Miatis throwing. He's going to get Bryce on the sideline. The out route is a perfect pass by Miatis. And a good play here. Love to see the satisfaction among the fans. But it's not going to be enough for the first down. Only a 10-yard pickup. Make it 4th down and 4. But the Wolverines, who have gone for it a few times, are going to do it once more. The offense is staying out on the field, and definitely some mixed reactions from the crowd because it hasn't gone too well the last times they've gone for it.
Well, obvious there that when they run that spread offense, that pass always seems to work.
Let's see what they do here. Sticking with 4 receivers. Trips to Miatis' right. Kamani to his left, along with Bryce Fitzgerald. Miatis is going to throw it. Short to Kamani. Runs backwards. He breaks the tackle. Gets a good block from Bryce. And the running clock will continue with a first down. And the Wolverines have completely changed it. These last 2 plays have been passing, and they've been the best plays so far, the best back-to-back plays for the team.
Game results in a Wolverine first down.
Well, even though Miatis has the arm for it, not everything is about the deep ball, and I think Belen's learned that lesson because now, and starting late against Fairfield, and now they're just hitting those short passes, and it's really working out.
Well, they're going back to their old formation. Hand off to Kamani. To Rubio. Rubio has a block from Miatis, who decks the guy. What a block from Andres Miatis. He put a highlight block there. He put a man on the ground, and he is very frustrated as he's staying on the ground there. A great play by Miatis and a great run by Rubio.
You know, you love to see it. You know, coaches hate when quarterbacks run, when they put their body out there, but a quarterback's just another football player too, and they could do just as much as anyone else. And Miatis there, the big body, lays the lumber.
I have to disagree with the coaches. I love Miatis being out there. He's a leader for this team. Shows that he really cares about this game. And he comes out, he makes a big block that picks up an extra 5 yards. I bet Rubio loved that too. Good job by Miatis. And he dropped the man too. It was a good block. So the timeout going on. It's an injury timeout. Looks just to be cramping up a little bit. We'll be back after the injury timeout. Back out on the field, the Wolverines offense, joined by everybody's favorite player, Bo Humphrey, lined up in the backfield. Miatis, the handoff to Bo, and a nice fake to Rubio. And one of the things that I love best about Miatis are his fakes. His fakes are incredible. It's clear that he works on them. It really looked like Rubio got the ball there, faked the defender and 2 out.
I mean, Miatis always does that great fake. You know, it fakes me out sometimes whenever I'm watching the play, and it confuses you sometimes, Javi, too, right?
Yeah, a bit too much, actually. Miatis, a master at the play action, too. Of course, that involves the ball fake. And Miatis set to throw. He's rolling out towards Stefan. Stefan almost catches a touchdown pass. And it really looked like that should have been a holding or a pass interference, because I thought he had the touchdown grab there.
Miatis' pass intended for Borrero, incomplete.
It looks like Stefan's limping there. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, Stefan looks like he got held onto. And changes are going to be made because TJ James and Bryce Fitzgerald are ready to get on the field. We'll be back in a minute.
Not good, Belen here today in the red zone. They only scored once in the red zone, and the other 2 times they went for it on 4th down, and you know, obviously it didn't work out, only with 7 points on the board.
3rd and goal from the 9. Miatis, he's got pass protection. He's throwing it to the end zone, just a bit short actually. And the pass is caught by, that's right, Gavin Schmarcelin, catching passes on offense. And the offense really wants to stay out on the field. They want to put a touchdown on the board right now.
Not enough for the touchdown, so it's 4th and goal.
I think
we can hear the calls of field goal unit. The field goal unit is going to have to convert here. Lucas Avino's first attempt of the game. He delivered in Connecticut last week.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 chances earlier in this game when Belen decided to go for it because, you know, 13-21 is a lot of a different story than 21-7.
Delgado the holder. Delgado the long snapper. Barturin the holder. Avino the kicker. And Avino sinks it in what was pretty much a gimme. From 10 yards out, Belen is able to cut the lead to 11. 21-10. And we will be back after kickoff. Zumbano with the kickoff. And fielded and dropped at the 20, but he picks it back up, cutting up field. And he's running by Lucas Amaya, but he's just able to make the tackle and stop it from being a lot. 33-yard line is where the Southridge offense will pick up the ball. And that's Bryce Fitzgerald on the bottom right of your screen, now in the middle of your screen, who seems to be hobbling off the field. And Omar Ortega is bringing it to Coach Crow's attention. Matthew Barturin, is now going to be subbing in at free safety.
Well, this defense hasn't done a great job, but they haven't done a bad job either. One of the times that Southridge scored, it was because they were on their own. They were on Belen 17, and they had really great field position. Very easy for them to score.
Bobby, sorry to interrupt, but Kamani Alexander's lined up as a cornerback. You can just see at the bottom of your screen his helmet and the top of his number. That's Kamani Alexander at cornerback. The handoff up the middle. And he's driving forward, the offensive lineman. That's number 51. Great drive forward by number 51. Let's give the offensive lineman a shout out. Morgan Sickles. He's listed as a cornerback and a free safety and a strong safety. I don't think I got the right guy. But regardless, a good job there by whoever that was. And the run up the middle is bottled up immediately. Third down. Bryce comes out, and they're putting in Kamani Alexander at cornerback.
I mean, I don't think it's ridiculous to have Kamani at corner. He's probably the best athlete on the team. You know, the fastest, most elusive. They need to shut down that pass, and even though he doesn't play a lot of corner, I'm sure he can do that.
Yeah, Kamani, we know his talent is through the roof. Kamani, a lockdown cornerback, hopefully. Alongside Tyler Brown, if I'm correct. I can't see Tyler Brown on the other side of the field. It actually looks like Omar Ortega is the other cornerback. I'm trying to find Tyler Brown here on the sideline because he doesn't appear to be in the game. This is really interesting here. I can't see Tyler Brown, and Kamani Alexander's a cornerback. A lot going on here. Oh, Tyler Brown's at the top of your screen. Matched up. He's just pressing up real tight against number 11 there. 4 receivers and a running back. Southridge, 3rd and inches. They've gone from their usual passing the ball ways to running the ball a lot more, but they're back to passing. He's got a man open downfield who makes an outstanding catch. Oh my goodness. What a grab. 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. Are you kidding me? Even the fans here at Belen are oohing and eyeing at that grab. What a play.
I mean, I don't know if the defender can do anything about that. Quarterback kind of overthrew it, but he just got up there, extended his entire body, and was able to make the catch.
Oh, and the quarterback and the running back dropped simultaneously. Gavin Schmarsland letting the quarterback know, if you're going to go for a quick little fake, I'm going to hit you too. But I cannot believe that catch. I mean, it was good coverage. I think that was Omar Ortega, Matthew Barturin that were back there. But a great catch, so good job by the safeties. Just simply better offense. We're heading into the 4th quarter. It's 21-10, and Belen has a lot of scoring to do if they want to get back in this game. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome to the end of the 3rd quarter, where the Wolverines are still trailing the Spartans. However, they did put a field goal up on the board, and a lot of hope. The offense is starting to move. Did unfortunately settle for a field goal. Was hoping for a touchdown. But Henry, what did you see from the offense that you liked in this 3rd quarter?
Well, running game's been good as well. Our offense has still been on point. We've been consistent, and that's key in this game.
Absolutely.
Our linemen have been doing great. Our defense has been pushing them back. And it's definitely been a big impact in this 3rd quarter because remember, we're down, but we are still trailing them.
Yes, and on defense, Davion has really made an impact, getting in the backfield every play, tackle for loss, tackle, disrupting blocks, making sacks. He's always in there and always making a play.
That's right.
Thank you so much for tuning into our third quarter show. See you at the end of the game. Good luck, Wolverines.
Told me.
Southridge offense back out onto the field, 2nd and long. And, oh, almost a big hit by Lucas Amaya, but he's able to stumble forward towards the first down. We'll see where they mark him. It's actually a lot farther than I thought. That'll be 2nd and 7.
We haven't seen their kicker come out for any field goals today, but he's made 3 extra points, as you could see. If Belen can get a couple sacks and the kicker doesn't have the range, the score can stay the same.
Yeah, nobody's injured out on the field. Camden Walters just tying Ethan's shoe. 4 wide receivers and a running back. In motion, number 8. 2 on each side. Fake to the running back. Steps up in the pocket. He's feeling pressure from behind. Andres Rionda getting some help from Davion Dixon. But mainly Andres Rionda, who's going to bring in that sack.
Still a 2-possession game, even if they do get the field goal here. But if Belen scores twice and they miss this field goal, they're up.
That's correct. It would be a 3-point lead. So that is game-changing. We're going to have to see what Southridge does. It's 4th and 10. They clearly don't have confidence in their kicker. So they're going to go for it from the 29-yard line. What would be a 47-yarder, kind of a deep kick now that I think about it. They're going for it, 4th and 10. Faith in their offense. He's throwing it downfield. He's got a man in the end zone. And it's a touchdown. Number 7 is 2nd of the game. And Southridge will take the lead now. 27-10. Not much to say there. Just
Yeah, it didn't look like the Belen defense was ready. They obviously thought they were going to go for the field goal. I mean, everyone was a little off balance because they snapped it pretty fast, and I just think he beat his man there.
thank you to our cameraman Hamoud for that great angle. I don't know if he knows he's live. Diego Hamoud, thank you very much as we get a good view of this extra point. Ready to be up and ready. And they will take a 28-10 point lead if they sink this extra point. And now there's a flag. What's going to happen now? Let's take a look. Delay of game on the offense. Okay. So something going Belen's way now. Maybe they missed this extra point. I mean, I don't know. What does Belen need to do to get back in this game, Bobby?
Score a touchdown, which they haven't done since the first 5 minutes of the game. The offense has been very disappointing.
I'd say inconsistent, you know. I
Yeah.
think we've had some good moments, but not as of, you know.
Well, yeah,
consistency.
the reason I say disappointing is because from the first quarter, we had a lot of expectations. We thought they're going to do really well, but they kind of just
God,
stayed downhill.
that was a nice extra. I mean, that was extra point's good. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Sorry, just had to come back on to note that he did miss the extra point. Regardless, we'll be back on in a minute.
Well, that missed extra point was kind of important because instead of 3 touchdowns, Belen needs to get up or tie. They only need 2 touchdowns and a field goal to tie now.
Ready for the kickoff. Belen's going to need to put in a touchdown to really get back in this game. And a nice kick. That'll be a touchback. This kicker has been quite impressive today. I'm not sure, if I'm allowed to talk good about the other team like this, but the kicker and the punter have been spectacular. A lot of high punts and a lot of far kicks.
I mean, not just them, but the receivers for. I mean, I don't even want to say this, but number 6 catch was just incredible. I've never seen anything like that in a high school football game.
And when it comes to Belen, I think this offensive line has done a great job. This is an offensive line that does not get the respect it deserves. And another player who's done well is Andres Mianes. He's really stepped up. This is an offense that we haven't seen in game before. 5 receivers, we rarely see this. Well, he's throwing now to to Rubio, who drops it. So nothing seeming to go right for Belen. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Yeah, not much to say there. Just a little drop pass. A little bit of interesting route combinations. You got 3 guys to your left, 2 guys to your right. Those 2 guys did an out, and I'm pretty sure one of them on the outside did a go route, clearing up the space. So the route combinations seem to be good, opening space. Just looks like the receiver and quarterback are not connecting. But Miatis throws it behind Sunderland, and it's a drop pass. I'm not sure if you can blame that one much on Sunderland, though. Just hit the tip of his hands.
Pass intended for Sunderland, incomplete.
Everyone, offense, defense, special teams, just has low morale right now, and hands on knees. Everyone's tired. Belen it doesn't look like they can make a comeback, but they just need a little more effort. And I think they could make the comeback if they had a little more effort, but they need that little boost. If these passes start connecting, they get a nice little drive going, kick an onside kick, recover it, things can start going their way.
Well, if things got to go that way, it's got to start now. 4 receivers and a flag up now. Let's hope it's on the defense here. The refs are talking about it. Looking to get an angle here of the referee. And it'll be a penalty on Southridge. So, 3rd and 5, and that might be what Belen needs to get a 1st down and possibly get the offense moving.
It's going to take a lot, but, it could happen. Another bomb, to Stefan using his speed.
I mean, we know Miatis can do it.
Yeah, he has an arm for it.
We'll see right now. He's throwing over the head of Gavin Schmarcelin, who is out on offense catching passes as tight end. He was wide open. And now playing tight end just simply might not be a connection enough between the 2 to make a play. A lot going wrong here for the Belen Wolverines offense, but let's see if this defense can deliver. And the special teams, what a great showing for the Belen Jesuit special teams unit today. One of those guys that deserves credit. Nicholas Smith blocking here, and a high snap. Zumbano, the punt, a low punt, moving forward inside the 45, rolling off to the 40, and a great roll for Belen. Noah Zumbano making the best of what he's got. Let's see what this defense can do here against Southridge.
Crosses midfield where it sets up the Spartans 1st and 10.
This run is just not working for Southridge, but it is working is that pass, and Belen just needs to figure out a way to stop that.
Bryce Fitzgerald is in at safety, and he's playing it really safe. He's 20 yards away from where the ball is. Omar Ortega lined up as the strong safety. We haven't talked a lot about Omar today, and usually when you're on defense, it's a good thing. It means that they're just not throwing it to you. So, great game for Omar He's a strong safety, but he has had some matchups against wide receivers, one-on-one situations. We know that these receivers are good. Omar has held up his own. Out of anybody in these last couple games, he's really stepped it up the most. I'm most proud of Omar. And he's actually lined up against a receiver in the slot right now. And the quarterback is taking off and running and sliding. And nice run there. But let's get back to Omar, who had a great read there. He was about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. He saw that his player was running a bubble. He bolted just a couple yards off that line of scrimmage so he can play that bubble. He got there in a second or two. So good job by Omar reading it. He's growing in every aspect of the game. That's great to see that Coach Crow is really working with these guys. Okay. Well, Victor Torres checks into the game. And it's going to be picked off by Omar. Oh, look at that. Omar Ortega with the interception.
Javi, I don't know what magic you just did right now, but you spent a solid minute talking about Omar, and then he gets the pick.
That's what we're going to do from now on. We're just going to talk about Omar for the rest of the broadcast. What a play by Omar. Incredible. Omar Ortega is just on another level right now. I talked about him possibly getting some D1 offers in the last broadcast. I wasn't being too serious. I think those might need to start rolling in. He's been playing great so far. Omar Ortega. What a game. And the Belen Wolverines offense coming back on the field. I wish we could spend all day talking about Omar, but we can't. So the players out on the field. To be specific, 21. 11 on offense, 11 on defense. There's 11 guys here on offense. One of them, Andres Miares, set to throw. He's got Sunderland. Sunderland running low and picking up the first down. Another one of those players who has grown so much is Miares, and we love to see it.
And another player who we haven't talked a lot about is Zach Sunderland, who's gone off today. He's just kept running that comeback route, and he's caught it every single time.
Now, Zach Sunderland has run quite a few curls, and Belen really looking at a passing formation now. Even if this team is not able to bring in the win, it's good to see that they are really working on this passing game. Just a lot of potential with Miatis at quarterback. Now, Miatis was hit there, I think, a little bit.
Second and 10.
And not much to say on that play. Just a bit of an overthrow. Rough connecting with these players. 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. So Belen winning this game is not completely impossible. It's just going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of Omar on defense. Maybe we can play Omar on offense too. I don't know.
Yeah.
We need 22 Omars playing in this game. Miatis at quarterback. Faking the handoff, throwing the bubble to Rubio, who takes a hit, leading with the helmet. That's number 9. He's acting like he didn't do anything wrong. I'm not sure what's up with this kid. He led with his helmet. That's as illegal as it gets.
Well, we have a little monitor in here, and it shows the plays with a little delay, and I just looked at it right now. And, yeah, I don't know what he's complaining about. He went full helmet to helmet with Rubio there.
Rubio is still in the game. This guy takes hit after hit and remains in the game. I'm not sure how safe that is, but he's still going. He's still playing. That's going to be illegal contact to the helmet and a 15-yard penalty, enough to move the chains. First down and 10.
Southridge keeps making these mistakes, and Belen just needs to start capitalizing on them, which I think they can. You know, they just need to turn it up.
Wow, that was a long 15 yards. That's actually going to be 25 yards. Is that 25? Yeah, it's 25 yards. We'll say it's 25. Miatis throwing downfield, and it's going to be caught. That's number 81 with the catch. Are you kidding me? Gabriel Sixto, and the perfect throw by Andres Miatis.
He threw it right in between the two defenders. Sixto practiced that, I guess in practice, the tip drill they call it, where they throw it in between someone's hands. Kept his composure, kept his eye on the ball, made the catch, ran into the end zone.
Take a look at that replay. The safety came in to hit Sixto and got his own teammate. Wow.
Well, that's his first touchdown of the year, I believe, and a great touchdown. Belen's right back in this game.
We got to give credit to the catch, but how about that throw? Miatis high-pointed it, Sixto with the catch. We love to see the energy on the sideline. It's all back. 16-27 is now the new score. With 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go, the Wolverines can very well get back in this game, pending this Avino extra point. And Avino sinks it. It looks like the guy on the edge got a bit of an early start. No flag is thrown, but Andres Miatis, a perfect pass and a great catch by Gabriel Sixto.
You know, I think everyone thought that Belen had no chance of coming back in this game, but just like that, after a deep pass, Belen's right back into this.
I'm out. I am so surprised. Gabriel Sixto. So Omar, Gabriel Sixto, and Andres Miatis, the saviors here. These last two drives have been all Belen. And a great play, not to mention a great job by the other receivers to draw the defenders away from Sixto. And a big mess up by that safety there. I didn't catch that number, but he hit his own teammates. So Sixto was just able to walk into the end zone. That was a really nice play. So there was a flag, but it's on the Wolverines. So Zubano, who is the man doing the kickoffs, is going to have to kick it, and he's backed up an extra 10 yards. So it's going to be very difficult for him. The returners are lined up on the 32. Some disrespect to Noah. He's looking to prove him wrong. It was a squib kick. And on the 35-yard line, tackle by Kamani Alexander. So back out onto the field, this Wolverines defense comes. And this defense really stepped it up on that last drive.
Yeah, Omar with a pick on that last drive. The quarterback just threw it right at him, and great awareness by him, catch the ball. If they could do that again, I mean, Belen is in very good business to win this game if they could get another turnover.
Gabriel Sixto is still celebrating on the sideline for his touchdown. He's still so excited, and we love to see that. Miatis simply walked off the field. He knows he's got 10 more points to put up on the board. He can do it. Miatis, two of his best throws of his life have come today in this game. If you don't believe he's growing, well, you're wrong. It's the handoff up the middle, and this energy is clearly showing up on the defensive side as Davion Dixon makes a stop at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, Davion does so much that we could talk about him every play, but we obviously can't. But he's always right there for the tackle, even when the ball's on the other side of the field.
But you know who we can't talk about every play? Omar Ortega, the strong safety. Okay, maybe not every play, but we can talk about him. Three quarterbacks lined up against the three receivers at the top of your screen. And the drop snap almost picked up by Gavin Schmarsland. The QB did a good job keeping on to the ball. So it's going to be 3rd down and 16, and you can sense the fear in Southridge. They've got to put up a big play to get the first down to extend this drive. 7 minutes, 39 seconds to go. The Wolverines are in great position for making a historic comeback.
Hey, district games are always fun to watch. This can start a rivalry that can go on for years to come if Belen stays in this district.
It's the screen pass, and the tackle is made immediately. Lucas Amaya, the senior, making the tackle.
That drive was only a minute long, which is perfect for Belen. I mean, they scored with 8:30 left. Now there's 7:08 left on the clock. They keep doing that. They keep scoring. They keep playing great defense. This is the team we love to see. This is the Belen we're used to seeing against True North, against Fairfield.
4th and 17 for Southridge. And Belen, off the timeout, is going to return the punt. They're going to have the ball on offense. Bobby, what does Belen need to do here to get in the game, to really close this to one possession?
I think they go back to that spread, you know, keep throwing that ball, the comebacks to Zach, and maybe try another deep shot like they did to Sixto.
Some good recommendations, Bobby. So we're ready here. The timeout. The special teams unit is out on the field. Bryce Fitzgerald, Anthony Rubio, still your returners for today.
I know it hasn't happened yet, but Belen's come so close to blocking all these punts. If they could get it here, it'd be a really big play.
Here or the next drive, either one of them. Stefan Borrero, Tyler Brown. They are players on each side of the special teams unit. They have to make key blocks here. And it is not going to be blocked, but Gavin got real close. And a high punt and a bad bounce for Southridge. They cover it on their own 41-yard line. So the Wolverines defense and special teams unit is playing great and sets up the Wolverines offense in Southridge territory.
This music's really nice, especially late in the game, you know. I'm jamming out up here.
I don't think they can hear the music. Anyway, about 5 guys here that are lined up to pass. Yeah, this with his helmet off.
I mean, really risky call here, but I would throw the bomb to Stefan here. Let's see if he can outrun his man. You know, just try and keep up that
Maybe
momentum.
Sunderland, this safety's cheating to the left side. Miatis is looking for Felix. He throws it behind him, but a one-hand catch by Jason will pick up 3 yards on the play. You can see these coaches have started to shift from running to passing. And Bryce Fitzgerald is hopefully just cramping up, but he's on the sideline. See if we can get a shot of him at any time. Bryce Fitzgerald is on the sideline, down and injured, getting some attention from the trainers. So time left in the game, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Sunderland, Rubio are the receivers on the bottom of your screen. Borrero at the top. Miatis throwing downfield to Stefan. He's got him by his man, and he makes the catch. But the defender takes it away, and it's going to be an interception. Oh, and a heartbreaking play for Belen as it hit both of the players' hands. And Southridge came away with the ball. Belen possibly getting a bit too aggressive. But with the defense coming back out on the field, they can force a turnover and act like nothing happened. So stay tuned for the defense coming up in 2 minutes. Remember, this Wolverines defense is out on the field, and they can make some turnovers. Gavin Schmarsland, Davion Dixon, 2 guys you might want to watch out for. 5:48 to go. It's a 10-point game. Southridge has the ball. Set to throw on the out route, and he will stay in bounds, breaking a tackle and leaning forward. He'll pick up the first down. 12-yard pickup for Southridge, their biggest in the last 5 minutes.
Well, a little bit of rain is coming down on the field. I don't know if that's going to affect the play calling. You know, the ball might get slippery, might get wet, and it might be a lot of drops.
Yeah, I can feel the rain. 4 wide receivers out on the field and a running back. And the fake pass catches Marcelin slipping, and the quarterback is going to pick up 7 yards on the play. So a good fake is able to pick up yardage, and that'll make it a 2nd down and 3. That's very important yardage because they're starting to run the clock. There's 5 minutes to go. Southridge is inching closer and closer to winning this game. Belen needs a turnover right now. 4 receivers out on the field and 1 running back. Set to throw, short on the screen, and he's going to truck a man. Carry through. Couldn't tell who that was. Tyler Brown taking the blunt of that hit. A 1st down for Southridge. They did go out of bounds, so the clock will stop at 4:47. The fact that he went out of bounds is a big mistake. Two receivers to the left, 2 to the right, one running back in the backfield. They will give it to the running back, and the quarterback got dropped by Davion Dixon. There's a flag in the air, and you'd have to imagine that's on G. And that will be on G. So the penalty could move this to a 1st down. G just getting a bit too excited there. Just wanting to hit the quarterback. Hasn't had a great opportunity to do that. When he finally got the chance, he didn't have the ball.
Yeah, and it is a 15-yard penalty. A big mistake there for Belen. Now they're in Belen's territory and pretty deep in it, and then now they could get easily into field goal range, even touchdown range.
Now, no reason to turn this stream off. Belen is 1 turnover away from completely turning this around. That is very likely to happen. And a run to the outside. And he will be brought down after a 6-yard gain. But despite all this, Belen still has a good chance to win. It just takes 1 fumble, 1 interception, 1 big play that can really turn this game around. Bobby, do you agree?
Yeah.
It's good. Good answer, Bobby. Good answer. So Southridge having some issue with their substitutions. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Clock is now running. Southridge likely just to run the ball as much as possible to run this clock out. But they're going to pass short. And he's going to try to make a move. He's going to break a tackle. And he's going to go down in bounds on the 20-yard line. So whatever this defense had, they lost it with that interception. And actually not a great interception, sorry, by that Southridge defense. But we're going to talk about some of the next games for you. Oh, and down on the field, we're going to have to hold that because this is a big injury. Davion Dixon is down and in pain. And G might be the best player on this team. He probably is the best player on this team. This is a vital player to this team, and it would be a huge loss. Let's see what happens to G when we get back. That's something great to see. G jogging off the field. That would be very difficult to deal with if we did not have him for our next game. But talking about that next game, on Friday the 23rd, we will be playing against Somerset Academy Silver Palms. Yes, you can watch the game. It will be here on WBLN. You can also show up to De La Cruz Stadium. It's only $5 entry, I think, to show up for the game at 7:30, or you can watch it here on WBLN for free on YouTube. Make sure to tune in at 7 o'clock for our pregame, featuring Brandon de Quesada, Henry Gonzalez, and Adrian Vidal, who's not able to make it today because he was sick. But make sure to stay for our postgame show, because we will be having a postgame show. That will feature Brandon de Quesada and Henry Gonzalez. So Belen still feels they have a chance to win. And with the amount of time on the clock, they definitely do because, clock is acting up right now, but currently there's 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Having some issues with the clock here. It did show 33 minutes, and now the clock is running, which it shouldn't be after an injury timeout, but running into some clock issues here. Bobby, as this game wraps up, what went wrong today?
Belen looked like they came out really strong, but they looked like they started to weaken up as the game went on, which is something we never see out of this team because they usually get stronger as we go. And I'm sure that'll never happen again here. It's not a good look today. A lot of things went wrong, but a lot of things also went right. Like a lot of things to look forward to. Like Miatas has strongly improved. Some great passes today, but also there was really bad tackling on the defense's part.
Yeah, I mean, now this does put Belen in a bad position because they have to win both of their next in-division games. One of those games is not going to be a very easy game to win because they are up against Homestead. Homestead, a nationally ranked team. I think I mentioned that earlier. Undefeated, 4-0. They're first in their district. They're looking really good this year. In fact, they're number 20 team in Florida. So it's going to be very difficult to go up against them. But a handoff to the outside and tackled and a good play. And that was Gavin Schmarcelin. So he was only out for a play, if even a play. Comes back out on the field and he's still making plays. And that's why this man has multiple D1 offers. Well, Bobby, what are you looking forward to at the end of this game? Or in the following games here for this team?
The D-line we always look forward to the D-line. D-line always does great every single game. And I'm looking forward to this new spread offense, that new passing offense.
We're going to have to take a look at this, Bobby. Sorry to cut you off, but Tyler Brown almost intercepted that pass. And if that was an interception, who knows how this game would have ended. I'm just saying, stay around. All it takes is one pick six, and it's a 3-point game.
That's also another thing to look forward to, this coverage by Belen, all these picks that they got. I believe they got 2 today, and they had a couple against Fairfield last week.
Belen's defense in quite the pickle. 3rd and 20. You want to tackle them out of bounds. That's obviously not easy to do as they're likely to run the ball or throw it near the middle of the field. But it is going to be a throw. Let's see what decision the quarterback makes. It's a throw over the middle as predicted. So that'll put him at a 4th and 9, and the field goal unit is set to come out. This field goal kicker has been good. It'd be surprising if he missed this. But you never know. Belen is just a field goal block away from getting returned to cutting this to a 3-point game.
Well, he did miss that one extra point, so.
Now, interesting decision here. The clock is running. No timeout has been called. We'd love to see Miatas at least get back on the field. Take one more shot at the end zone. And the kick is... It's good. Okay. All right, so, yeah, 30-17. And Belen's set to return. And if they want to make a comeback, it's going to be very difficult now. They're going to need an onside kick to do it. Bobby, what's the plan here for Belen?
Well, not just an onside kick. They're going to need a
couple
touchdowns. Be able to score and then the onside kick. You could go one of two ways here if you want to score. You could try, a trick play maybe, try and catch the defense off guard, or just try and throw another bomb.
Well, 1:14 to go. Belen down by 13. But despite this, Belen has played great today. And individually, some of these players have played great. As a team, they've played great. At the end of the day, it just wasn't their day. Omar Ortega had a great game, as always. Omar Ortega just being Omar Ortega. Andres Miatas had his best game so far. Some of these receivers really stepped up, like Zach Sunderland, who had a great game today. Stefan Borrero, of course, had that deep shot early on in that game. Now, we weren't able to connect on a deep shot since, but it still worked out really well for this team. Putting up 17 points. A lot of them through the air. The kicker set to kick it off. And that is a deep kick that will go out of bounds. He can kick far, but not accurate. And Belen will start at the 40. Bobby, if Belen wants to close in here, what do they have to do?
The Wolverines will take over 1st and 10.
Bobby, if Belen wants to close the gap here, what do they have to do right now?
Like I said before, you know, trick play or try another bomb. I don't know if they're going to try and just run it out here, but, I mean, I wouldn't give up this easy. You know, there's still time left on the clock.
As the offensive line gets ready, set to make a play. Hopefully hold off long enough that Miaz can throw it downfield. And we're going to need a big route because we're going to need someone wide open. Because we've got 4 receivers out on the field here. Kamani in the backfield. You have to imagine he's going to try to help Miatis in blocking. Top of your screen, we got trips. Miatis is throwing it to Sixto. And Sixto drops the pass. That is the same Gabriel Sixto that had that outstanding catch and touchdown earlier. Just a drop pass. He's got to shake that off. Move on to the next play. Hopefully, it makes a big play here. That's all we can really say about that. 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Now, once again, don't head off yet. This game is not entirely over. It's 1 minute and 8 seconds from being over. Not to mention, TJ is out on the field. Tyler James finding his first field time of the game that I can remember. He's at the bottom of your screen. He's in a one-on-one situation. But Miata's not looking his way. He's looking downfield, and an incomplete pass. He was looking for Stefan Borrero. 3rd down and long. You'd have to imagine they got to take a deep shot here, right, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, obvious. Are they? How much time is left?
1 minute.
1 minute? Yeah, they could probably take a deep shot here. They don't. There's still enough time that they don't have to run it out yet.
Well, with 1 minute to go, this game looks like it may be lost. But we truly know that this game is not yet over. Miatis throwing it to Rubio. Goes through his hands. If he has his gloves on, that could be a catch, and this game could look entirely different, you know?
Intended for Rubio, incomplete.
Well, 4th down and 10. And the game lies on this play. If it wasn't over already, Belen needs to convert now to keep any sliver of hope they have alive. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. 2 at the top. Miatis looking to throw, and it's going to be low pass, and they will call it an interception. He was looking Tyler James' way. I think it might be fair to say this game is over. But that does not mean you should leave yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a post-game show featuring Brandon De Quesada and Henry Gonzalez. Bobby, a tough defeat. You have to be happy with how this team performed.
Well, yeah, in the first half, they did pretty okay, but in the second half, they started to send things up, but it was too little too late, and Southridge comes out with the district win.
Bobby, what are you doing after the game?
I mean, I have practice at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go home and sleep. And if you're wondering what I have practice for, it's for JV football, and we actually got the win yesterday against Coral Shores 35-0. A great game by Gabe Fraga, who is 3rd-string QB out here on Varsity, number 34.
It's great to hear. Tonight, I'm watching the post-game show, and that's what you should be doing, too. That's the only correct answer. Bobby, you got the question wrong. I'm sorry. After that, I'm getting KFC. But
I mean, that sounds like a good plan.
So it does sound like a good plan. Post-game show, KFC, then I'm going to go back and rewatch the whole thing. So that's what you should do too. That's how you should wind down tonight. Rewatch this whole thing from start to finish. See what went wrong. With 30 seconds to go, Southridge, one play to finish off this game. Let's see what they do here. Run up the middle, bottled almost immediately. The tackle by number 55. We'll see who that is right now. Coming up the player sheet. 55, Charlie Nunez. Congratulations. The last tackle of the game goes to you. And Bobby, if we had to pick an MVP today, I would give it to Omar Ortega on the defense and Andres Mialis on the offense. But that's enough for us. All the post-game show talk goes down to Brandon De Quesada. I'm Javier Fernandez.
And I'm Bobby Caballero.
Thank you for tuning in on WBLN. Stay for our post-game show coming up in just moments.
Welcome, Wolverines, to the ending of what was
Alexander had over 100 yarded. Had over 100 yards run.
on offense, yeah. And then back to cornerback. Who are also just wreaking havoc. But the thing is, the defense just didn't come together and put together drives. So the corners, although there were some good plays, coverages and a lot of deep passes today.
This game was, I believe, closer than the score says so.
Yeah.
Belen had a lot of opportunities. Our players did go in with a big mentality, but unfortunately the Spartans were fast. They were making a lot of plays, and it's not that we were outmatched, more outplayed, and they seized better opportunities than us.
Yeah, I think the Wolverines just have to learn to maximize opportunities. Like on that big drive that they had in the first half, Miatis was able to drive it down all the way down to the field. 5 yards out on the 5-yard line or close by, they settled for a field goal on 4th down, which I think in that situation you have to capitalize of the field position. You got to score the touchdown. That puts us close to this game. That gives people that gives the team the motivation. So Henry, next week we play the Somerset South Palms, currently 2-2, just like us. What do you think we need to do in order to prepare ourselves for that game?
Well, I think definitely hit the gym a lot more, put in the practice, and learn some more new plays. I think that this was a big loss in the division, but there is still a lot of football to be played, and it's still a long season ahead.
Yeah, I think unity is really what this team needs to focus on. Both sides of the ball aren't really complementing each other well. Defense has been getting tired, and that's what our major blowout losses have been. In Fairfield, everybody was collaborating, and that's how we were able to win. But all in all, I think this is just a way to coach.
That was Coach Aparicio there.
He coaches the middle school team. And I think overall this is just he is currently 16 wins in a row, he said, 16-0. Undefeated last season, the first middle school undefeated team. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week against South Palms. Good luck, Wolverines.